Greetings.
Yes, we good? Hey, welcome to Dungeon Select, where we play D&D and things happen. Alright, let's start off with something really cool. We have a new logo. We have a logo made by Daft Brit.
So exciting.
And it's fucking lit, so I think Laura will like make it pop up on stream somewhere now to show it off.
I
It's
will.
fucking sick. And
When I
speaking of
find
Daft,
it.
he's in chat.
Daft Brit
Daft
is
did
fucking
a
lit.
phenomenal job, dude.
What a lit boy.
Such a sick fucking logo. Holy balls.
He has outdone himself.
It's insane, and I'm so happy with it. Like, I messaged him, and I was like, hey,
I'm so
I would love a
confused.
logo for Dungeon Select in, like, the color scheme of Level Select, but, you know, just D&D. Make it like a D20 with some memes. And he was like, oh, that's pretty sick. And he, like, banged it out, like, easy.
All right, are we ready to see it? Are we ready to see it? Here we go.
Yeah,
I'm
Boom.
ready.
Let's do it.
Oh, for now, I'm totally gonna put the logo over the camera for our mystery player who's not here yet. And then we'll remove it when they get
Oh.
here.
Obscuring my logo, I'm mad.
Oh, feels bad.
But it's a fucking dope logo. Daft, you fucking smashed it, bro.
It looks
You did
so
it.
What a
cool.
lad.
It looks amazing.
Absolutely
actually
amazing.
ridiculous.
It looks sick. Like, I'm really happy with it. It's dope. Something else. You know, made aware of some people that were a little monka-esque about Belle and her rolling. So I wanted to just get that out of the way, that I checked with all my players to make sure that their information was correct and they added the right bonuses to the roll. Turns out that with Soko and Belle, there were some mistakes from my part that made it so that they got bonuses to their rolls that they shouldn't have had. So that was the reason that they, you know, roll a little high most of the times.
And I
no one
know
cheats,
there's, like-
and Belle has, you know, a little something to say as well. Like, there's a reason she's a little slow, so she wants to.
Yeah, so like, I know most of it came from the fact that I hesitate before I tell my numbers, but that's because I'm trying to do maths. And first of all, I'm not good at maths. And second of all, I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, so I have brain fog, which makes it harder to think anyway. And then I take morphine before we stream, which makes it even worse. So it's like trying to think when your brain is made of cotton wool. That's the only way I can really explain it. Or like super drunk. That's
So-
the only way I can really
Wait, super
explain
drunk?
it.
That's Aktanis anyway.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, no one's cheating. Just some misinformation from my end, and then as well as just Belle being fucking high out of her brain every time.
And we do it.
Talking
It's
about which-
definitely her choice.
It is in also the command, like, we have a range of experienced players, and this is Belle's first ever campaign.
Yeah.
So it's also, like, she's not necessarily as immediately familiar with where, like, her bonuses are on the sheet, which bonuses apply to which roles, and, like, I'm still a semi-new player, so I have to take a minute to remember, like, which modifiers get applied to what things, so don't forget, we have some beginner players here, cut us some slack.
Yeah, I only
Yeah,
really
exactly.
figured out what my
I mean,
roles were like last week.
Yeah, like the fact that
And they
people
were
were like,
wrong.
where people are cheating, gave us a reason to go over the sheets, and we discovered mistakes because of them. So I mean, it served its purpose, but like,
And like
looked
I'm not
into it, discussed it. No one's cheating, just some misinformation from the DM
And, like-
to the players. Because, I mean, I'm not even that experienced either. Like we say, Belle's new, but this is like, I've been
Your
playing
third
like 3
campaign?
months. Like 6 months ago, I didn't play D&D yet. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm also like pretty fucking new to all of this.
yeah.
So
and like
mistakes happen, and I'm glad we got them sussed out.
I mean,
And
we still
also-
are.
Appreciate your concerns,
you ruined
but
OP Aktanis, and I'm mad.
yes. you can now buy cheats with Belle for $20 a month.
It was
which is-
$69.99. Thank you for.
But it's
for
on
getting
sale
it.
now.
You waited
It's
to
on
die
sale
down.
now.
It's on
Expensive,
sale.
You ruined it.
But you
Buy
you
now.
have to sign up for longer. No cancellations or refunds.
Where's
Do you
that
know what
link?
I've just
Where's it?
noticed? I've just noticed that when the Mystic was alive, nobody complained about Belle being strong. The Mystic was so overpowered, and nobody realized how OP Belle was.
Yep.
Dude, that's because all my bonuses and
Thinking
shit were just
emoji.
out of the
Because
out
we
of
were
the-
like,
'cause I
some
went back to
side
the first
points,
episode.
fuckery.
I
what's
went back to
this?
the first episode, and everyone's hitting for like 5-6 damage, and then there's
I
fucking
hit like
Ash.
12 damage.
Oh, yeah, dude, 14 damage for Psionic Blast. Lit, dude. Dab. So yeah.
But
so
like,
that's
I can't be
It's
mad if you
been-
don't know something as well. Like
Yeah.
Yes, but of course.
you
of
had your
course.
reasons for accusations, and they were founded, and there was no reason that you would not think that because I've never talked about it before, and that's kind
Could
of
have
my
been a little
bad.
more subtle about it,
Yeah.
but you know, like for whatever.
Yeah.
It's
fine.
been investigated. It's been dealt with. No one's cheating. Belle now knows exactly what to add to her rolls. Same
I
with
have a cheat
Soko,
sheet.
because Soko's gunslinger was also something that
Pun
fucked up
intended.
because we switched from the first gunslinger Soko was going to play was going to be the fighter archetype one. But then we decided we found arcane artillery, which has like an entire gunslinger class, not just an archetype. So what that did is we didn't really compare sheets, and then we figured out like after the last session, the first session that Narank got added, that some of Soko's bonuses are also wrong because we
Yeah, it's because we switched from
stats.
Matt Mercer's gunslinger to
to
one.
the
so.
arcane artillery one. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Sorry,
Everyone
guys,
else's
I'm bad at
information
numbers.
was up to date and was good, so that's great. So yeah, we got the new logo. We got that discussed.
It's
We
dope.
discussed about the whole cheating thing.
That is
anything
also
else?
dope.
Am I forgetting something?
That's dope.
I have a personal thing I want to
Ooh,
throw
fine.
in at some
Go for
point,
it.
but because earlier in the month I was supposed to have a 12-hour stream to celebrate passing 6K, and I had to cancel it
Yeah.
because of master's degree shit that came up. But I've resubmitted my dissertation, so all is well with the world now, and I've rescheduled it for December 17th. So anyone who wanted to participate,
cool.
it's a 12-hour Drunker Watch stream.
What day
Tw-
is that?
It's
Monday.
either a Monday or a Tuesday. It's a Monday.
Monday.
It's a Monday. That's
Well, because it
tough.
also works
Yeah,
with like
Saturday, Monday
multiplayer
as well.
Monday. I know, but hopefully, like it's 12 hours long. Obviously, you maybe not
Yeah,
play for a lot
true,
of it,
true,
but you
true,
might be
true.
able to join for like an hour or something.
Yeah, but I was gonna join for like the drunker watch part of things, and now I can't because I have class. the
I
Tuesdays.
know. I'm sorry, but also because my schedule until I go away for December, because I'm going away for a week to visit
No,
family,
understandable.
is getting
Understandable.
absolutely manic. Like I get most of it is still like fun social calendar family things, but there's just so much happening. Like I'm starting to get just like a bit anxious
bit.
about how much it
December
has
is a
to
hectic
do.
month, man, for
before
everyone, and especially when you add
Christmas.
your whole
Yeah.
dissertation
December
thing.
is
Oh.
always
Yeah.
insane.
We
I felt
probably
so
should.
bad how
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Townsend.
I was saying I felt so bad how you were like, oh, I feel like it's almost my master's thing is almost done, and I've had a bunch of people check over it, and they all say it's all good, and then you send it back to me, and I sent like an essay back of.
Well, half the changes you made though were changes like because I added like 3,000 words or no 2,000 words. I went there just so a lot of the stuff you found was in the new stuff I added that no one but me had looked over, and because your brain is so into it, right? Like I even like thinking you're reading carefully, I missed
That's
a
why
lot
the
of those
second pair
typos
of
and
eyes
shit.
is so
Yeah.
good.
Oh, we
Yeah,
just
I mean, that's
got.
what happens with anyone's own writing.
We
though.
just
Like,
got a
I
cool
used to do that shit all
raid.
the time on my own.
Thank
Raid.
you,
Hey, welcome on in.
Daniake. I have no idea how to say your name, but thank you for the raid. The D&D is about to happen. We're just getting announcements out of the way. For Danny
Dutch,
K.
We should probably,
Danny
we
K.
should probably
Thank
let
you for
everyone
the
know
raid.
23rd, 30th, we will not have Dungeon Select.
Yes,
Yes.
the
Yes.
23rd and the 30th of December, we won't have Dungeon Select, which is the Sunday before Christmas,
And then the
and
Sunday after
before
Christmas.
New Year's Eve, because holidays, people are going to be away. So next week will be our last session, and then we have a 2-week break, and then we'll be back next year.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we will be back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
definitely.
100%.
So much shit.
New year, new me.
We'll be back.
So we'll be back. We'll be playing today, next week, and then we'll be out for 2 weeks because holidays and all that.
Yep.
Okay.
Unless anyone else has
see,
anything
let
they
me
want to
think.
go over.
We also have a guest here today who is going to join us. This is the first time. We have a
Exciting.
guest player who will reveal themselves when they're up. You know, when
They will
Their
expose
character.
themselves.
exactly.
Be
They're a
prepared.
terrible person.
We've all been placing bets on who it is, so when they're revealed, we might have an out of character reaction. Just let that happen. It might be like, oh, I was right. And then we'll come back to the gameplay. Just give us a
Yeah,
minute.
exactly.
And oh, one
Anyone
more
else
thing.
have announcements?
I have one more thing. It is actually character related.
Okay.
I got a new mic. Yay! So I
Hey!
can I can finally do my accent without anyone thinking that I'm just slurring all my words and make no sense. Because that was the issue I was having before, which is why I just stopped.
And
So-
also, your old mic cut out from time to time,
Cut out
too.
a
So.
Yeah.
lot,
And
yeah.
if this one does the same thing, I'm gonna be real mad
What
and I might
microphone
break
did you get?
something.
What mic was
So-
it, Belle?
Blue something?
Is it Blue
Was
What
Yeti,
mic?
or is it...
Oh yeah, we talked about. Never mind, we've already been over this. I
Okay.
totally forgot.
What my new mic?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The new
yeah.
one is a Blue Yeti Nano, so it's like a small version, and it's red. It's
Cute.
dope.
Wait,
I
that's
love
red?
it. Yeah,
I
it's red.
rush bought my blue Yeti and got it in boring fucking grey, and I really wish I'd got like the black one because the black one looks so damn good.
Mm. I got a red one and it's gorgeous.
Right.
And I love it.
Okay, so that's all the
boring it
announcements out
is.
of the way. Are we gonna do a little
It is
recap
tiefling red.
of last week, boys and girls?
Shall we?
Whatever it is.
We can, yeah.
Let's see.
We should because we have some. I haven't recapped yet.
Because
No.
Laura, Bell, and
hang
Hanzo
on.
haven't.
Laura, Bell, and Hanzo haven't.
Didn't you say that you were gonna start doing recaps, or am I misremembering that?
I
No,
thought
that
you
was
said it-
earlier. That was the
That's-
like,
you
what
did
we
it last
before.
week.
Dutch just wanted to do it last week because
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Going round.
Laura, do you want to just do the recap?
Yeah,
What
sure.
happened last week?
So we all woke up imprisoned underneath the house of Master Racin, who we were investigating as someone who we think is a figure in this cult that is abducting and murdering dragonborns tied to an ancient dragon deity Raskiel. And he was a bit OP for us, and all of us but one of our previous party members were imprisoned, and then we were freed by Narank, the wood elf gunslinger played by Soko, and then fled his house. On the way, escaping his house, we killed a lizard dude who was working with the cults, and Tremaris was still really upset about Ash's death because he saw it, so he set his house on fire as we left. We fled the city because we're like, well, we're screwed now. They're going to be coming for us. And we went to go seek out the Archmage Brassbend in his tower, who was the person who brought our party together in the first place. Maybe get some answers about this cult or about Raskiel. The Archmage wasn't there, the one we were looking for, but another Archmage who had a lovely voice decided he could help us out and transport us to the next city we wanted to go to. Because while we were in Racin's house, we found a map that had cities circled where their next targets were. That we went to the capital city of the province, the desert province we are in. The city is called Kalzir. Kisaran was particularly reluctant to go, said there are people looking for her there, as well as bad memories. She grew up there. So she is currently wearing a hat of disguise and disguised as a human named Julia. So if you're like, why does your name say Kisaran? Everyone's calling you Julia. That's why. We almost had an issue with law enforcement getting into the city because of a ring of truth telling and some of our mediocre lying skills, but we got in and we're fine. And now we are just in.
Close. That was a close call.
Yeah, we are in the city of Kalzir and looking for more activity from this dragon cult and seeing what we can see.
All right,
And
so we ended last session around like a little afternoon in an inn. The Hog's Belly, I believe it was called.
I think so.
And Aktanis just got a note handed to her that had one word on it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I mean, I guess only you
didn't.
know, so like you know what it says. So
Yeah, I'm really doing better right now.
Narank chatting up some of the local game, as you will.
The ladies.
Yeah, just take it away. What do you guys are in the inn? Just
Yeah,
catching
so
up
is it
after
Is
a
it
long,
right
what
after?
has been a long few days. Sorry?
So is this right after I got the note?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's just fucking right after. You just got the note.
Is the lady who handed it to me still there?
Yeah, she is. She's one of the barmaids. She's just walking
Okay,
around.
I'm gonna grab her wrist.
Oh god.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Immediately back to confrontation. Hold
Why?
on.
Why are you going? Oh god!
Make
I haven't even said what I'm
make
gonna do
Make a
yet.
grapple check.
That's why.
Really?
That's
Oh.
why.
Yeah. Like she's working. She's not really like there to be just fucking pulled away.
I just
Yeah,
wanted
so
to hold
grapple
her there
check.
so she didn't leave.
You could just
Grapple
ask
check.
her a question with your voice.
No.
No, it's happening. She's grappling.
Is that a check?
Strength.
Strength. Oh, okay then. That is 16.
Okay. Hang
Um,
Yeah. Okay. She's not. You got her by the wrist and you pulled her back towards you as she's in the process of walking away.
and kind of with like desperation very evident in my voice, I'm gonna ask her. I wrote down what I put.
Guys, so proud.
What did the man who gave this to you look like?
Could you let go of me, please? Not really used.
What did he look like?
I don't remember. It was. Yeah, I get a lot of customers every day. It's really hard. There was just a guy who said, hand this note to that tiefling over there, and he dipped. I don't know. Like, could you let me go? I'm trying to do my job.
My grip tightens.
Nani?
Huh? Okay. It happened like 2 minutes ago. You have to know what he looked like.
Roll an intimidation check.
Okay.
Do any of us see this going on?
Yeah, it's at the table. Like,
Yeah.
because
It's at the table.
you're
I
in
mean,
the
obviously
corner-
I don't.
You're in the corner, but the rest is there for it. Like, just watching.
16 again.
Let me go. Why call for the guards?
Just tell me.
I'm just gonna like whisper over to Aktanis, like, Aktanis, we cannot afford to draw attention to ourselves in this city. You need to calm down.
Let me go. Final warning. I'm down to talk. Do not touch me. This is not that type of establishment.
I'm just gonna push past her, like, and let her go, and go to Narank and like pull him away from the maid he's playing with.
You.
Aktanis, do you know where you're interrupting right now?
Would you tell him?
Tell who?
The judge woman, would you tell him that I am here?
Tell who?
You're not an idiot.
Who would the judge be talking to that would have a problem with you in this city? It's so big. There's plenty of people that come in all the time.
Is there like an area that is kind of shadowed or something?
You're in a
When no
pretty
one-
crowded. You're in a pretty crowded inn. It's really hard to
Okay.
find privacy here. Table service and all that. There's people walking out and about everywhere.
We need a room.
Oh.
Oh.
We need a room.
Normally I would not
Oh,
turn
shut
this
up.
down.
Shut up! I need a
But-
room. I just need to talk to you. And everyone else, I guess. I don't care.
That's what the ladies usually start out with, but never ends with talking.
Just get a room.
I'll go get a room, I guess. Fuck.
Okay. As you look around, there's a bunch of people just kind of like, you know, barmaids and servants kind of just walking to and from tables and back to the bar. You do see one guy standing near the staircase behind like a little like table. And you see behind him what looks like just a wall with all kinds of like keys hung up, and you gather that that's probably where you can get rooms.
All right, I'll walk to him. Excuse me, sir. I need a room, please. Actually, give me 2 rooms, please.
2 rooms.
Yes, sir.
Right. You looking singles, doubles? What kind of rooms?
How many of
I
us
like
are
to
there?
chat.
Well, normally 6.
Is there a room for like 3 people each? Get like 2 of those.
Unfortunately, we only do singles, doubles, or 4 person rooms. We don't have 3 person
I'll
rooms.
get 3 doubles then.
Right. That'll be 15 gold each.
All right, I'll pay him the gold.
Okay. So you hand 45 gold to the dude.
Yeah.
As soon as the money's passed over, I run upstairs.
Right.
You don't
So,
know which room it
enjoy your
is.
rooms.
I don't
And
care.
he
I'm
He
away.
hands you 3 keys.
All right, I'll. First off, I'll go give the other keys. I'll walk to Kasiron. I got 2 other rooms for y'all.
Oh.
Here are the keys. Make sure y'all
Oh,
figure
okay.
that thing out, and I'll
Did
go
you- did
follow
you-
Aktanis up the stairs.
Okay. I'll tell the others, and we can chip in for them because that was nice.
All right, don't mind about it.
Okay then, works for me.
And then I'll continue after Aktanis find her.
So as you go upstairs, Aktanis is literally stomping around, slamming doors, trying to open them while you have the keys. So he's upstairs in the hallway, just punching doors at this point.
I'll unlock the room.
So yeah, the 3 keys, like there's just 3 rooms next to each other, and those are it's a hallway of like 6 rooms on the left side, 6 on the right side, and you have the final 3 at the left end of the hallway.
All right. Guess I'll take the end one. Hopefully, I have that key.
You do.
Wink. All right, Thomas. What's this all about?
We have to go. We should never have come here. This was a terrible idea. Now you say that.
There's so much information in this city, though.
Kisara doesn't
We need
even
to
want
know
to be
more.
here. No, we don't. We can go. We have to go.
She still hasn't given us a good reason to go, and neither have you.
I can't go back.
Go back to where?
To Lord Irondeck, I can't go back.
Do I know who that is?
Roll a little history check.
Shit, that history's not good for me.
I'm eating straight.
Dirty one?
A dirty one. Not even a natural
You
one.
have no idea who Lord Irondeck is.
I don't know who that is. There's a lot of nobles around here, and
I
in the
don't.
parts.
It doesn't matter who he is. I just cannot go back. We have to go.
Why would you
Someone
have to
find
go
me.
back to him?
Oh.
What?
Is everyone in the room, by the way?
I thought it was
It's
just
just us
them.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
us
it's just
two,
us
so-
two. It's just us two. I sit downstairs.
okay.
Unless anyone followed us.
No, I sit downstairs.
No.
Uh,
Like, I was gonna go up and join you if you guys took a long time, but like, for now, I'm still downstairs.
This may take a while.
So
Um,
why can't you go back?
I'm handing him the note. I'm gonna hand him the note.
okay. So
does the
she
note
hands you
say?
the note, and all the note says is Sarufus.
Do I
Wonderful.
recognize the handwriting, by the way? I forgot to ask earlier.
Roll an investigation check.
Uh-huh.
What the hell does surface mean?
1 second. That is 13.
Upon close inspection, you notice that it's not handwritten per se.
Oh.
It has like a typewriter type
Oh.
look to it, which is rare.
Oh no. So, I'd have an idea who it would be from just by the fact it's on like a typewriter.
There's very few people that, from recent years, know that word. So
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
you have a couple of guesses of who it could be from. Yes.
Okay.
Is this
Go
like
ahead.
the name of your lover or something? Or
No, it's my name.
but I thought your name was Aktanis.
No. Well, it is now, I guess. But it wasn't before.
So you changed your name
Yes.
because this man's after
Look.
you.
Yes.
Why is he after you?
Just because I ran away.
How can I be stupid if I don't know women? This is how I usually talk with them.
The judge woman. She said that Lord Irondeck had been here and came here many times, and that he'd been looking for me. And I have to know, would she have told him that I'm here and that I match the description he gave?
I mean, do I know if she would? I don't know how well I know her, per se.
Based on your encounters with her, and what family Judge Elwyn, is from,
Mhm.
you know that they take their job and their duty to the city very seriously, and that they would not just show people the books and records of people that come into the town or into the city for no reason, unless they're criminals or whatever. She doesn't share public information to the public. That's against the law, so she wouldn't do that.
I don't think she'd jeopardize her job just to help out some pretty boy who's trying to find someone. There's a lot of people like that, and she takes her job very seriously.
Then how does he know?
I don't know. There's a lot of eyes in a city like this, but it's also really easy to blend in because there are a lot of people around.
Whatever, we have to go.
We can't go. We haven't done what we came here to do yet. Can't just up and leave every time you get scared. Maybe we can help deal with this threat.
So while this is going on upstairs, the people that are downstairs, it's been a little. It's taking some time. You're like, wow, this is taking a lot of time. And while you guys roll downstairs, you notice Rokul walking into the inn. Dragonborn Rokul, not hidden Rokul.
Not Tobias or whatever.
Yeah.
Not Tobias. And he walks towards you. Hello, my friends. I've been doing some thinking. I sent Mokin to the mages back in the keep, and we found someone that speaks Abyssal. So they've agreed to, for a small amount of money, help translate the books that we found. But after what happened to Ash and I cannot help but feel partially responsible, because if it wasn't for me, you guys would not have been involved in this, and he would have been alive. I feel like we should give him, maybe we do not have a corpse to bury, but maybe we could give him a proper send-off, a ceremony of sorts, kind of say our last goodbyes at the temple in the city. What do you think? I think we owe it to him. I owe it to him.
Yeah, sounds good. We need to have proper
I just
respect
look
for
at
dead.
Tremaris, waiting for his answer.
Catch me up, sorry, I've been hella distracted.
Oh, Rokul just came in, and long story short, he asks if it's a good idea to maybe give Ash some form of a final goodbye, like a ceremony, like a burial of sorts, but just like a just say your final goodbyes.
Okay,
Okay.
I will just nod, but like silently. I won't speak.
Is he addressing everyone downstairs? Like,
Yeah, all of
there's
us that
everybody
are just.
downstairs. Yeah.
we could use his skin for coin purses or water flasks.
It was not the type of send-off that I was considering. I was thinking more along the lines of, since we do not have a corpse to bury, maybe any of you have like a possession of his that we could bury as some form of, I don't know, to at least not leave a grave empty, I suppose.
I'll put the ring down
Yeah.
on the table.
So we have
Was
this.
Was that his?
Yeah.
If
Really?
you
You're
are
just gonna
willing,
bury it?
if you are willing to part with it, it is better than leaving an empty grave.
That seems like a poor appropriation of our resources. We could simply cast our memories of him into the ground and keep the ring, as I'm sure he would want us to.
Well, it is up. You know him better than I do, but I think it would be a good idea if we would gather everybody and maybe head towards the temple on the other side of the city to see if we could have some
Yeah.
cleric there or something, or priest have do some form of ceremony. I don't know. I'm not the religious type, but Ash struck me like the type that might believe in some greater good or something. I don't. It feels bad. It doesn't feel right, knowing that he died because of something that I got him roped into,
And I'm
and
just
have
gonna.
him just be forgotten without a proper.
Yeah,
goodbye.
I'll
Here,
turn.
how about this? I would like to pull an arrow from my quiver that is different fletching to the rest. I believe I relieved our lost friend of this arrow quite early in our travels. So how about we bury this in his honor?
Have you ever cleaned that arrow, like since you relieved?
I mean, there's some
Is
flesh.
it like dried half elf blood on that arrow?
No, what? No. He
No,
shot
it's what I
someone with
shot.
it, and I
Oh!
stole it.
And he
What did
stole it
shoot?
from me.
I thought you're like. Okay,
Yeah. Seeing the arrow, it's like not something I thought I would hear myself say often, but I actually agree with Lozanne. I think that's a good idea. As long as we have something of his to pay him respects, I'm okay with that. And I do think the ring could prove useful.
It is up to you. Like I said, you know him better than me. I just know that I feel it doesn't feel right having someone die because of something that I roped them into. I feel like I owe him a final how do you say? I think I owe him a final homage. Is that the word that you would use in
Yeah.
this instance?
I think that's a fair use of the word, yeah. And considering, for all we know, he potentially gave his life to save us, I think it's the least we can do. I mean, we don't really know exactly what happened to him.
Yes, my memory of that night is quite foggy. I don't even remember. I'm missing a huge gap of the night. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
Where is Aktanis and the new guy?
Oh, they went upstairs, I think. Here, I'll go get
they
them.
went
I'll go ask
upstairs.
them. Yeah.
Make sure you knock before you enter.
I will, to be on the safe side, but I really don't think that's have you met Aktanis?
Unfortunately.
So I'll go walk upstairs. And I guess I don't know which room they're in. So
As you walk upstairs, roll a perception check.
Okay. That's not good for Kisaren. 13.
You hear a particularly loud, angry voice coming from the last room on your left, and you think, hey, that might be it.
All right. I'll go then. Knock on that one and go. If you two can put this fight on hold, we kind of have something important we want to talk about with everyone downstairs.
I'm gonna open the door, pull Kisrin in, and close the door.
Oh God. Jesus. Okay, you could
Yeah,
have
who
just
says
asked.
freeze the crowd, right?
What the hell was that for?
You agree, right? We can't stay here. We have to go. You didn't even want to come here in the first place. You can't be against us leaving now. We have to go.
Aktanis is freaking out about a little thing that doesn't
Clearly.
really matter, and I think she's overreacted.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
You haven't told me the full story.
I was gonna
so
say,
can't really say whether it matters or not.
I mean, it's obvious. I would love to not be in this city, but now that we've made the effort to come here, I've dealt with a lot of emotional shit to come here. I'd kind of be a little annoyed just to leave immediately. Aktanis, I'm gonna need a little more to go on, but I think I might actually be on your side if you can be honest with us for whatever the hell's happening here.
Okay, so she's gonna like sigh really heavily, kick the bed, and then sit on it. Okay. So you guys know I was an ex-gladiator. Though I am an ex-gladiator, was gladiator.
Yes.
Lord Irondeck employed me, but I never actually saw the money I was to get. I had no choice. I was going to. Essentially, I was.
What? That was my phone. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead.
Oh, that's what I needed. Okay.
Alright then.
Ruined.
Woo!
Essentially, I was imprisoned in Thormagard's capital and forced to fight in his arenas, and I had no choice, and I couldn't leave. Not even for a little bit. Not alone, anyway. There was a village nearby from the city that I used to live in, and it was going to be attacked by orcs. And I begged him to let me go and to fight for them. I had friends in the village. A woman named Aktanis was perhaps the only friend I had growing up in that city. He refused, tried to throw me in with a prestigious fight or something. So I lied and said I would do it, and then as soon as night came, I stole what I needed and rode to the village on a stolen horse. And when I got there, the village was burned to the ground. Everyone dead, including Aktanis.
So you're afraid this person is now looking for you and
I
knows
know
you're
he
here.
is. I know he is. I pass her the note now.
Okay.
If he
So you take the note, and it just says one word: Sarufus.
if he does indeed know you are here, then I think we need to solve this problem. Can't just always keep running. Maybe we look into this guy and
You
see if
don't
there's
understand.
anything we can do.
You don't understand. There is
Oh.
nothing we can.
Oh, trust me, I think I understand a lot more about this particular situation than you might think. Okay. Hear me out for a second here, and I appreciate the honesty. Means a lot coming from you. This like they're just gonna keep, this person is just gonna keep on hounding you, looking for you, searching for you. You can spend years, your whole life will turn into not making connections, not having a place to call home, and just being on the run. That's something I'm very familiar with. It's not fun. But this is something that sounds like you can immediately, that you could actually have a chance to fix. Because on your own, sure, but now, through some strange twist of fate, you have us. And they're probably just going to keep on finding you, and you'll just keep running. Or maybe we keep our heads down. I'm not saying they will find you here, because maybe this will actually give you the incentive we've been waiting for Aktanis to lay low and play nice with others. But then, if they do find you here, you'll never have a better opportunity to deal with this problem and this threat than when you have us at your back. And trust me, like, we all want to keep a low profile in this city. Me most of all. We do not want to do anything that will draw attention to ourselves. So it's not like any of us are going to help this person, like, draw their gaze to you. So I think this note could be a scare tactic. They could maybe have sent one to every inn in the city, hoping just because they know you're here, but they don't know where, and they're waiting for you to get scared and out yourself.
No, they know who I am. This is his code.
I think Casiron's right here. They may not know exactly where you are, but if they see people trying to leave the city in a hurry, that'll usually point out someone's here. Now, I do have some contacts that I could see to try and find out if this man is here in the city, or if he has his people. We got eyes.
And
I can see if we can get one of them and try to get some information out of him.
And I definitely have hiding places in this city that no one knows about. As someone who grew up here and has a not so legal history in this city. So even, worst comes to worst, we also have places where we can hide that I guarantee no one knows about but myself.
I think for now, we definitely need to discuss this further later.
Yeah,
but
right
I
now.
believe you did come to tell us something.
Yes, Rokul thinks, and we all agree downstairs, that we need some sort of ceremony or send-off to Ash. Now that we're here, there's of course tons of temples around. This is a big city, and we were thinking of, don't want to just, we don't have a body or anything, but we do have some items of his that we can inter into the ground and pay our final respects to someone who potentially, I know, Narank, you never met him, but Aktanis, for all we know, we're alive because Ash gave his life, so they just want to make sure everyone's on board, and we're talking about that downstairs.
Yeah, I never did meet this Ash, but I was watching, and I think that sounds like a fine send-off.
I can't go. That can't. They will see me.
Aktanis, how about we get you ahead of this, guys? There's an Arcana Emporium in the town.
There is a very big
I can go pick you up.
Emporium.
I can even go get it for you. You don't even have to leave the inn. I can go get it real quick.
Okay.
We can be gone.
And we can call you another name too.
But I believe they're about 400 gold or so, if memory serves.
Yes, they are.
And I do not quite have that myself. So.
How much is it?
They're usually, the last ones were about.
Kasiran, you remember that
Yeah.
I don't think Nakul is using his anymore, so he has one.
Oh.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, you could. I was gonna say
You
again.
remember Nakul buying one?
Yeah.
And
You could
I
talk
remember him being a
to
blue dragonborn
Nakul.
downstairs.
You guys being Brobarians and all. Maybe you could borrow that while you're still worried about this lord, what's his name, being in the city?
Okay. Someone go get him down. I'm not going downstairs.
I'll go get him.
He was already here.
Everybody's here.
Nicole.
Yeah, what's up?
Aktanis is having a little bit of a identity crisis, and she was wondering if she could use your hat of disguise for the moment, since you aren't using it, because she got some guys chasing her. Big long story. You know women.
Hope she doesn't mind the smelling of dried meats. And I'll just take it from her bag and pass it to him.
Thank you. We'll be downstairs in just a second, gentlemen, and I'll walk back upstairs.
Make sure it's still okay. I still might need it.
Oh, of course. I'll go give it to Aktanis.
Now there's a hat of disguise involved. I do wonder what they're up to up there.
It's a bit strange, to be honest.
That's some good roleplay going on upstairs. Okay, so you take the hat of disguise. You put it on. Doesn't require attunement, so you can immediately start using its properties. Yeah, you can literally turn yourself into anything. As long as its shape is kind of similar to you, you can be a little taller, a little shorter, but as long as your like physical shape is relatively similar, like humanoid, so you can like become a fucking whatever. But yeah, you can literally transform yourself. And the spell will wear off when you either like cancel it out yourself, be like, I don't want to do this anymore, or you take the hat off.
Okay. She's gonna turn into a half-elven woman.
Okay.
Dark hair, green eyes, and take on the name.
While you're just changing, I'm like, if Aktanis is apparently a new name you've taken on in tribute to that friend of yours, do we need to call you something else? Like, does this person know you're going under the name Aktanis?
Oh, probably. I wouldn't put it past him.
Okay.
I'm trying to find this.
You're trying to find what?
A name.
If only Edoras was there to give you a name, because like
Lily.
Julia-
Like
How
Julia.
about we call you Stephanie?
Sure.
Yes, all these fantasy names, and then Julia and Stephanie.
Jennifer.
Lydia.
Steve
Oh.
from accounting.
Courtney.
Not at the table.
All right, so now that's done. Aktanis, here. You know what? If you see first sign of this person, let us know. And if it looks like we're in a place to take them on, we can. If not, I will be the first to flee with you. How's that sound?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I've been running 2 years. Run forever.
Yeah. Wait till you hit your first decade, then it's fun.
Weird
All
flex,
right.
okay.
Shall we go give Ash that send off then?
Yep.
Alright, then I'll lead the way downstairs, I guess.
Alright, so you guys come downstairs, and Rukul walks up to you. I trust that Kiseran told you about our
No.
little...
Julia.
You guys... Yes, of course. I mean, there's a lot big in... whatever. Julia has informed you. I'm gonna just assume that you are who I think you are, and points to Aktanis, who is now...
This is
not
Stephanie.
Aktanis,
Yes.
of course. That is a temple across the city. It is at the northeastern part of the city. It's a little bit of a walk, but it is the biggest temple in the city, and they have altars and stuff dedicated to a plethora of gods. I don't know what. I don't know if he was a religious type, but I figure, hey, that would be our best bet. There is also a graveyard and crypts and all that, so we could probably find an empty grave there. It is a little bit of a walk though, so I suggest we leave right away.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. So as you guys exit the inn, it's around like I'd say an hour or two afternoon. So the sun's still high in the sky. It's very warm, being in a desert and all that. So you guys head out, leave the residential area that you guys are in, and go back towards the keep in the first instance, and then eventually after about 20 minutes, you arrive at the bazaar in the center of town. Tons of stalls, tons of shops, a big obelisk in the center of the square that kind of serves as like the middle point of the entire city. You also see two particularly big shops. One you guys recognize being an Arcana Emporium, although it does look like a slightly bigger Arcana Emporium than the ones that you've encountered so far. Probably makes sense because you're in the capital city. You know, it's a little
Busier.
it's everything is bigger here, Kappa.
It's Texas.
It's Texas. And then there's one shop that is also looking rather fancy. It's very big. And you're not really close enough to inspect, although Julia knows damn well what shop that is.
Yep.
You kind of see the shop pop up, and you kind of just out of reflex, like, ooh, try to just stray from it as much as possible.
Yep.
Do I know what it is?
Yeah, you would know that shop to be Haran's Hideaway. It's just a really big shop. Kind of sells.
It sells exotic wares from across the provinces, so like collectibles, antiques, really expensive shit.
Yeah, it's definitely not a shop you would go to if you don't have a lot of money to spend, but it's also a shop where you would get things that would be considered particularly hard to acquire by yourself.
Do I see Kasiron shy away from it?
Roll a perception check.
Do I?
Roll a perception check.
That's a 24 on perception.
17.
It's my best skill.
Are you actively trying to like hide the fact that you're uncomfortable, or are you just kind of?
I don't think it was like I think it's a subconscious. I just like if it's over there, I just kind of like while walking started to distance myself. So I don't think I was trying to hide it. It just kind of happened.
You guys do see that as soon as that shop or like the marketplace in general,
And like I'm behind everyone and
gets
like
in sight, you do notice that Julia kind of sticks to the background a little more and just doesn't really. I don't know. Like she's been uncomfortable ever since she entered the city.
So it's
But
not too out of character.
It seems that now that you guys arrived at this marketplace, that she's a little extra uncomfortable. But then again, like she's been uncomfortable like the entire time you've been here. So.
Yeah.
Can I do a perception check to see if there's a particular blacksmith that is around and at his stall?
Okay.
Ooh.
I love all this ambiguity.
No, 11. I fuck if I know.
You look around. You do see the blacksmith, but
He's
the
there?
blacksmith
Oh,
shop
fuck.
rather. No, you see the
Oh, so the
blacksmith
shop,
like
okay.
shop, but doors are closed.
Okay.
There's no one on the outside.
Okay.
So.
Can I check that there is no one around that I recognize
Roll a
in
perception
regards
check.
to him?
Another
Okay.
perception check.
Another one.
Another one.
Ooh, 21.
You look around.
Mhm.
You see some people that wear hoods, but nothing that particularly gives them away as people that would be looking after you, chasing you, whatever. Just some people that don't want to show their face in general, not necessarily just because they're looking for you. So yeah, you do see some out of character or like out of the ordinary people, but you're not sure if they're there for you or if it's a big city. There's all kinds of shady types. For all you know, it's a bunch of thieves trying to scope out the marketplace to see what they could rob at nights, because you know that happens. Big city.
Mhm.
So as you guys walk like across the market square. You walk past a very big statue of a female ranger, holding a bow. It's a very tall statue. It's like 15 to 20 feet tall. Made out of funnily enough, the only thing in the city not made out of sandstone when it comes to the buildings and all that, or made out of normal stone, I should say. This is the only structural type thing that is made out of normal, just cobblestone almost, like the gray, just like whatever. I forgot the name of the
Yeah.
type of
Limestone.
stone. Yeah, kind of, I guess. Yeah. And
Marble, granite.
let's name all,
Quartz.
all the elements, all the rocks. And you walk past and you see a little signpost that has just the name Leonore Elwyn etched into it,
Okay.
and you recognize the name Elwyn,
The forest.
as in Judge Elwyn.
Oh.
Ancestor, probably.
So, and you walk past that, which is it's a pretty like it's a statue dedicated to this Leonore Elwyn who did something for the city at one point, and they decided, hey, that was a pretty big deal. We're gonna honor you. Once you guys are past that, you're pretty close to the temple. You can already see there's this very big, very tall building, and as you get closer, you see a bunch of stained glass windows, and the two gods that mainly are depicted in the stained glass windows are Aros and Reno. Aros being the god of wisdom. Tremeris knows all about him. The white deer.
Mm-hmm.
And
If
the
you
god,
guys look at my robes, I have like
Yeah.
his logo across my robes.
the white antlers, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And Reno being the lioness, the goddess of shit. What was it again?
Goddess of shit.
The goddess of I have it, rebirth and renewal. That's a title, okay? Calm down. No, yeah, the goddess of rebirth and renewal. Those are two gods that are really like depicted on the stained glass. And then once you get closer, you do see the doors are wide open. It's a very big like archway almost. And on the inside, you do see a bunch of altars, and each altar has a different god like depicted above it.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning basically, okay, so if you worship that god, you can go there. If you worship that god, you can pray at that altar. In line, in order, the altars you see are a big altar for Aros, the deer. A smaller altar with a big hawk above it. The next one is an altar depicting a bull.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's another slightly bigger altar for Reno, the lioness. You also see an altar depicting a white dove. An altar depicting a camel, and that camel has a lot of people at the altar at the moment. And you also see an altar depicting an ox. Those are the altars you see. Recognize some gods, don't recognize all, depending on your history and with religion and all that. And when you get to the temple, you do see the graveyard next to it. What do you guys do?
Real Cool was leading us here, right? So
Yes.
he's with us. Turn to him and say, will we just be allowed to like freely use land in the graveyard to like bury this arrow? I'm assuming we have to get someone's permission.
I think it would be wise to just see if we could get the hold of a cleric or a priest.
Yeah,
To
okay.
see if he could give us the proper instructions, or maybe I don't know how burials work in this
I was
side
gonna say
of the
I'm also
world, but
unfamiliar with the process, so
read the burial rites or whatever. Make a perception check. It's all of you.
Oh, we all need one.
Yikes. That's a 7.
8.
15.
13.
Okay, that's not a bunch of high rolls.
15 isn't too bad.
You roll 15.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nakul rolled 15.
Okay, yeah. You look around and you see that most of the clerics and people that look like they work there or are part of the temple are busy. But you do see one individual, pretty muscular and tall and heavy build for typical like temple folk. Dark brown hair, undercut, a trimmed and neat beard, and his eyes have a faint golden glow,
Ooh.
which he's looking very human-esque, but there's something off about it. Like his eyes have this golden glow to it. His hair is like has like a certain glow to it as well. A fairly large silver nose ring, and when you step a little closer, you also see a bunch of just black tattoos of all kinds of holy sigils along his arms and hands. It's Tim the Tap Man. No.
Yo.
Yo.
Wait, onion head?
when you get close to him, just roll another perception check.
Everyone?
Roll the perception.
Yeah.
10.
16.
19.
21.
18.
Wow. It's weird because as you get closer to him, you swear you hear the faint, there's just a very slight sound of clanging weapons that seems to be coming from around this person. You also see on his back a pretty large metal tower shield and a flail hanging down his waist. And I think it's time for our guests to
Hey.
show themselves.
Oh,
Remember
is
to
it
remove
gonna
the-
be?
Remember to remove the logo from the
I
stream.
did. I'm doing it now.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh, look.
Oh my
Fuck.
god.
Oh my god, it's him!
Good job, bud. We appreciate you.
I fucking told you! I fucking told you! Yay.
Lad.
Boy, oh boy. It's Gypsy!
Here I guess.
Yay!
You don't have to sound so
Boy.
disappointed, Dutch. I mean,
Oh,
you of all people knew it was happening.
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
And
this
yet,
is
right up
my
until this
turn.
moment, he was
See.
still hoping someone else would appear on that.
Yeah. I'm the one that set it in motion, and I'm disappointed. So.
I was
Wow,
hoping for
ouch.
Mark.
Wow, oh my god,
Yikes.
this guy. Ugh. No.
I
Not gonna lie,
fucking
I-
told all of y'all.
I
I was like, it's the
thoroughly
world's biggest
enjoyed-
double bluff. Like, he's all like, it's not me. I don't know. I'm like, you fucking watch.
me.
You fucking
Trying to make
watch.
a
Thoroughly
point.
enjoyed
Where's-
fucking with you all for the past couple of days.
Where's the fun in being like, oh yeah, you guessed it? Like,
Yeah, I
you
know.
But
Yeah.
Gypsy, if you want to just add to that, description I gave of your character, if I missed
Oh.
something, go ahead.
No, it was pretty accurate. I guess anyone that would know the races well enough would know what I am.
I would say, Shermaris, you being a pretty like religious type.
Hmm.
Do you want to roll a little history check to see if you?
Bear in mind, although I am religious, I know nothing about the religion. at all.
Yeah. But, like, you could.
This sounds
out of-
awful on this
Out of
Could
all
have
these
a good
people,
roll.
You're the one that would be most likely to know something of this.
14.
Hey, it's not that one.
Hang on.
Hang on.
You. Hang on. My PC is freezing. Can you guys see and hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we-
Hello.
No.
We see you.
Don't.
Unfortunately, we do both see and hear you.
Sadly.
Like my entire PC is locking up. Oh, Monka Giga. I don't even
Just
know
dab.
if you can see or
D&D
hear
without a
me.
DM.
We can see and hear you.
Well, he can't see
Too
and hear
big of
us
the
if his
reveal.
PC is frozen.
What is
The
happening?
reveal was too big. It's
The
broken
reveal
computer.
crashed the PC.
What the fuck's happening, dude? Oh,
The
wait, I
the
hear?
reveal was too much for the
Hello?
PC.
I can hear?
Hello. Just
Hello.
the whole time.
Yeah,
We
you've
can
been.
hear you.
Yeah, you've been fine for
Hey,
us.
guys.
We could have heard you the whole time.
Stand by for technical difficulties.
Yeah, this is
Do,
wild.
do,
We'll be right back.
Okay,
After these
I'm back.
sponsor
These
messages.
Hey, we're back. What's
Hey.
this? Hey,
Those
Saw,
messages
bruh.
didn't last long.
wait, what?
We were like, we'll be
Being
back
drunk.
after these messages, and you're like, I'm back.
Yeah, I think we're good. My PC literally like froze. You have read about You know how tieflings are you know tieflings are like, you know, they have the blood, infernal blood in them. You have heard of a race that have the opposite. You have heard of it's a
Ugh,
race
no wonder.
that has like divine energy in their blood as opposed to the infernal energy. And
I'm waiting to see how you pronounce
they
this word.
they
Divine
and
energy.
they
Fuck, man.
have been depicted as very human-like, but like this weird hue to their eyes, shine in their hair. It's a race called Asimar.
That's how you pronounce it.
Ah,
Um,
I've heard that
How do
word
you spell
pronounced
that?
so many different ways.
Double
I
A.
pronounce it
No,
Asimar.
I'll spell it in chat.
Okay, because I just need to put your little descriptor under your name, right?
For
I
anyone
pronounce
that
it
wants to
Asimar.
be
I don't know if there's any other
super
ways to
in
pronounce it.
detail with it, the Asima are sort of like tieflings in that their appearance often reflects the origin of their divinity or infernal legacy.
Yeah.
So
But they're more
in
trusted,
what
right?
the Dutch has written with such a varied pantheon of gods, there will be other Asimar, but they won't necessarily look the same as I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this Asimar is, you know, is devoted to a certain god, so he looks the way he does.
Okay.
Whereas an Asimar devoted to and infused with the blood of a different god will look totally different.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So Dipsy, hey guys.
Here you go.
So yeah, you figure that's the only. He looks like he's you know at work there, but he also looks completely out of the ordinary. But all the other clerics seem to be busy. So
I'll walk up to him and I'm like, excuse me, do you work at this temple?
Yes, I do. If you're here for the daily sermon, then I'm afraid you're a tad too late. Although you're
No,
welcome
no.
to come and join the others in praying at the altars.
Thank you. We've just recently lost a very good friend of ours. And, we're wondering how to go burying.
I look around the room and see that everyone else is busy. I can help you with that. Follow me, and I'll lead them to.
yeah, if you go like literally around the corner, there is a graveyard with some open, unmarked graves for these occasions that happen where someone is like, "Hey, could we do a burial?" It happens, you know, people die, and not everyone can afford the proper means of burial. So this temple has the habit of leaving some graves just open and unmarked, so just in case something like this were to occur. Burials that need to be made on the spot or like without any like announcement. So yeah, you guys walk up to a row of graves, and one is there's one grave in this row that is empty. The gravestone is unmarked, and the Asimar steps behind the gravestone, and you guys all kind of gather in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
We don't exactly have a body to bury.
Okay.
We don't
Would
know
you
where it
happen
is.
to have?
I'll hand him the arrow. I still don't know who has the ring, but it's floating around. We're not burying it.
Tremaris has it.
Right, I'll hand him the arrow. This belonged to our friend who has since passed. I
This
believe
can
that we are
work.
burying this in his memory.
Yes.
Okay, so I place the arrow very carefully in the grave. I stand up, I stand behind the grave, and begin to give a funeral rite.
If you wouldn't mind, could I do a few words before you start?
Please,
sir?
be my guest.
All right. Rokul steps up next to the gravestone, and he casts minor illusion to conjure a still image of Ash, and mainly his face, to kind of like float next to it, like kind of appears next to the tombstone. And he says that I did not have the pleasure of knowing Ash for a long time, but I do mourn heavily. I cannot help but feel responsible. If I would not have contracted all of you into helping me find my friend. He would probably still be alive, and I am very sorry. And I promise that I will never forget the act of kindness that all of you, but mainly Ash, has done for me. I will make sure to make Rayson and everyone involved pay for this. Not just for Medjon, not just for Tamar's father who's still missing, but for Ash. He gave his life to help me, someone he did not know. He gave his life to help all of you, I'm sure. And that will not go forgotten. That will not ever be forgotten.
I'm sure.
And, he picks up something. He takes something from his pocket, and it's a little gemstone. Just a little white, pretty cloudy looking gemstone. And he just etches something in it with like a little sharp blade. He etches just the name Ash in it, and he just throws it in the grave.
Well, hold on.
I apologize for interrupting, Father, but I just had to say something. I'll join the rest now, and you can proceed with.
Please, I'm no father.
I'm not the very religious type. I don't know. I've heard people call priests
Oh,
that.
before you start, I turn to Rokul and just go. I'm sure that wherever he is, Ash has no regrets over his actions, and is still happy to at least help start bringing justice for you, for your friends, for the Dragonborn that are still in danger. So don't let the guilt weigh too heavy on you.
You should not blame yourself for the loss of Ash. We all know who is actually responsible for his death, and we will avenge him. I'm certain of it. But we were on this path well before we encountered you, and before you enlisted us into your service. It is likely these events could have happened even if we had not met. Do not blame yourself for Ash's death. He would not want it. He went out the same way he lived, confident, steadfast, and he would want us to be the same.
I will try to keep that in mind. Thank you.
I'm gonna just pat him on the back, probably a little bit too hard, but.
Are we just going to leave that gem in the dirt?
He's a dragonborn. He can take it.
I just elbow Lozan when he says that.
I don't think we wouldn't want to add grave robbing to your list of expertises, do we now, Lozan?
I mean, it just seems like a waste, but
I'm
whatever,
going
if you
to
insist.
very much stare at Lozan with one hand on my flail.
These traditions aren't all too familiar to myself. I shall.
Then may I
shall
suggest you
excuse
remain
myself.
passive. As for the rest of you, what was your compatriot's name?
Ashtaranu.
Ashtaranu. Do you know if Ashtaranu was devoted to any one deity?
Hard to say. He was a
I think if
A
there was
spiritual
anyone
and
that
an
Asarano
educated
was
person,
devoted to, it was himself. There's one person he believed in most, and that was himself.
That's
And
highly
more
ironic.
power to him.
But I do not remember him ever mentioning.
he never
a
mentioned
certain
any deities.
Then I will pray to my god for him.
I would suppose that if there is some form of god of knowledge, but if not, then by all means, just do what you would do normally.
Okay. So I stand back at the head of the grave and I begin to prepare funeral rites. Ashtaranu, I lay thee to rest. May the Raven Queen guide your soul to the afterlife. May Rios watch over your passage, and your soul be cleansed of any wrongdoing. May you leave this plane with no regrets. You may have passed, but you will live on through the hearts of those who live, whose lives you have touched, and may you continue to guide them in the spirit long past your guidance in body.
As you say that, Rokul makes the minor illusion turn into somewhat of a of like a little bit of fireworks as it sizzles out, and the minor illusion of Ash's face disappears.
Oh my god, Laura.
Okay. So with that being done, you guys hear from a little ways behind you just a slow. Now that was quite touching. And one of you guys recognizes the voice
I already want to firebolt whoever this is.
as
Oh.
as you turn around and this man, look, a little bit of a tummy, a pretty bushy mustache on his upper lip, this like greasy hair kind of combed over to one side, this like really stereotypical monocle in one eye. I'm very sorry to interrupt, but I believe you guys have been seen around a tiefling that I'm looking for.
Can I start channeling fire in my hand? Just
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my arm on Shamaris.
I-
Tieflings aren't very common, and I mean, even in this city where there are, lots of races, if you're looking for a tiefling, it might be better spent not at a temple, since they tend to be
Do
demon
not-
spawned.
Take me for a fool.
If I took for you
I
for a
have
fool, I wouldn't
seen-
talk to you.
Sarufis in your presence.
Well, do-
Sarufis?
I'm just gonna.
Who's
Well, do
that?
you see them now?
It's interesting, really. I've been looking around. I was in the inn you were in. That's not inns in one sentence. You went in with a tiefling. Stepped out with a new lady.
Perhaps
You
you should
live.
check.
I wanna-
in.
But
You
one
can
day,
find a lot of people in inns nowadays. I think you'll find.
Sarufis. If you're here, you remember me. Show yourself.
I
Well-
want to give him my
Hide.
dirtiest look and be like, I think it's best if you walk away now.
And as he says
before
that,
things need to get out of hand.
as he says that, I just like ease my sword in its scabbard a bit, like an inch or so, just so some of the blade glints in the sun.
I'm gonna step between the newcomer and the party.
Mm-hmm.
May I remind you all that this is a place of worship. Please remain civil in the grounds.
Of course.
I'm going
to have a
to-
friendly conversation with an old compatriot of mine.
You
An
chose
old
the
an
wrong
old
day to have a
employee.
friendly conversation. I
You
guess
do
we.
not understand. I've been looking for this woman
Oh,
for 2 years.
What did
I
you
cast
say,
Witch
Hanzo?
Bolt level 2.
What did he say?
I just cast Witch Bolt.
You don't do that.
Level 2.
We're in a
Everyone confirm.
temple!
This guy's interrupting Ash's fucking funeral.
This is true. Edgelord
Okay,
Tremaris
fine.
will be
I
having
love
none
it.
of it.
Yeah, go
love
for it.
I
Go
love
for it, man. Go
Get
for it.
into it. Come on.
Edgelord
don't hit.
Tremaris.
Oh,
I rolled
fucking
a
nail
nat.
him. Ah.
And as Tremaris decides to charge up and just let
This is
fly
so
a,
mad.
beam of energy out of his
Yeah,
hand.
I can't concentrate because I'm so angry.
It actually just bounces off one of the nearby gravestones and kind of dissipates.
I'm going
Such-
to.
A shame.
I'm gonna take off my hat.
Mhm.
Okay.
So you take off the hat,
Um,
you turn it back into Aktanis or Sarufis, whatever the fuck you prefer.
I'm going to toss the hat back to Nukul and take my axe out and say, where are your babysitters, Iron Dark? I'm sure they would have told you it is rude to interrupt a funeral.
Funny you should mention that. I tried to whistle, but it didn't work. Fuck, that's awkward. Whistle. And 6 individuals now just appear from nearby, like, shrubbery and trees.
Fuck me.
Men! Get her. Deal with the rest. You know where to meet. And he walks away. And now, 2 Goliaths, 2 humans, and 2 halflings draw arms and step from behind bushes and shrubbery and trees that they were hiding behind, waiting for the signal. Roll initiative.
Oh no!
Oh, these kids up.
No.
I made a little map.
Oh.
I know, I'm
I
gonna
made
put
a
the
little
map up right
well.
now. Yeah.
We fighting in a fucking temple, boys. Come
No,
on.
you're outside. Come on, it's not that big of a deal.
You're
Yeah,
outside.
we're outside.
It's in
in
the
the
grave.
graveyard.
Oh,
You
fuck.
look at it.
God damn it,
What's up?
hold on. I can't find. I could have swore I saved it on this computer.
That
Apparently
was-
I didn't.
I-
So just give me a
I
minute
went
to
from-
re-download the map image.
I sent
I
them
went
so that you
from
guys,
one
the players,
extreme
also
to
have
the other.
perspective. It's basically
Fuck me.
every square is 5 feet.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys are like by the graves, and the 6 individuals that you're fighting is are like adding you.
Is the one with the angel? Is that
Yeah.
the angel square? Is
yeah,
that
yeah,
the
yeah,
grave
yeah,
for
yeah.
Ash?
No, yeah, that's Gypsy's character.
Okay.
Which
Just
one's
for
Gypsy's
reference.
character in it? Oh, the,
The little
okay.
looking dude.
The weeping.
Yeah, 2 Goliaths, 2 humans, and 2 halflings. Roll initiative, boys. Let's fucking go.
Oh
two glass.
As per usual, I
two
rolled
humans.
garbage initiative because
Walking
I
to
can't
a
do
graveyard.
anything else.
Laura, you can't break
Roll
tradition
on
now.
my
I
new
can't,
dice.
As
Go
per
on,
usual,
Gypsy.
I went
There you go,
from
first
one
roll.
extreme to the other. I went from a nat 1 to a nat 20.
Hell
crap.
yeah.
Alright,
That's how I
so
roll.
I got to roll initiative as well for 6 people, so you know. Bear with me.
I rolled very average, but
You're not gonna roll for
congratulations
more
everyone,
cool?
guys.
Oh, 7 people. Yeah, you're right. Shit.
Big goof.
I was gonna say you put him on the map, so.
Yeah. He's there. He's definitely there.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna fuck these people up
Sorry,
so bad.
Aktanis,
Oh.
we tried, but hey, now we can
Dude,
kill
you
them
don't
for
interrupt
you.
a funeral. Everyone
I told
knows
you
that.
we should have left.
We gotta
What the
do
fuck's
this
the-
though.
Diagonal rolls? Hang on.
What?
As in,
Hmm?
like, moving diagonally, there's different movement rules.
4 squares diagonally equals 30 feet in the same way that 6 squares any other way
4, yeah.
equals.
Just for a minute, I'm gonna blow up the map really big so chat can see it before I shrink it again. So
What is math? What is
here's
math? Dude?
our fight, everyone.
Math is garbage, bro.
Fact.
Dutch, you rolled all 1s, so it doesn't matter, so it's just 1.
Ah, yeah, dude.
What the answer you're looking for is 2 at most.
So-
Critical fail on
What's that
initiative,
bridge
they all
over the
don't
pond?
get to go.
A bridge, just generic.
It's the
bridge,
bridge
like-
over the river
It's just a
Kwai.
bridge with a little pond.
Oh my
There's a
god,
little-
that
there's a
doesn't
little-
fucking say that.
No, there's a little pond next to the graveyard. It's like
That's a
the only
bridge.
source of
I was just
natural
making
water.
sure.
That's the only source of natural water that there is in the city. Is like a little pond that they made to cheer up the graveyard a little bit.
To cheer up.
I hope they
Make
don't
it
drink from
be
it.
a, a little less somber.
To water the zombies in the graveyard.
All right, initiative 20 plus. We got Shamaris with a nat 20.
20.
Yeah.
Look at Tramaris.
You also had 20?
He's angry.
Mine wasn't a natural 20, but
I'm
Mine
so
still
scared.
counts as higher, right? Because
Yes.
of that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, 15 to 20.
I got
Um,
19.
I got,
17.
I got 16.
Holy fuck.
see, we're about to fuck these guys.
19 for.
Unless I roll another nat 1. Just keep going from one extreme to the other.
19
Yeah, if
was
you roll
Roseanne,
another
right?
nat 1, you might break the gravestone.
Yep.
17 was for Gypsy.
Mm-hmm.
What did you roll, Bob?
16.
Because no one's actually asked my name yet.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
name is still blank on my thing.
I mean, honestly, there hasn't really been time to
Uh,
ask your name.
No,
Kassiran
that's true.
and-
That is very true.
Kassiran and Nicole, what did you guys roll?
6.
12.
12.
You are the still.
Well,
Yeah, that's not as bad as usual, Laura.
I know usually it's like 2 for initiative.
You're
so.
just like, yeah, like 2 or 3.
My initiative is either 19 or it's 3. There's
I've
no-
gotten
Oh,
double
Alright,
digits
this is
once
a
for
very
initiative.
chaotic. Obviously, you can't move your pins around, but it's just for reference that
Yeah.
you guys know where you guys are starting.
Where
and
we
how far you
started,
now
yeah.
Are away from everyone.
Yeah.
As soon as things are gonna move around, it's just like a little bit of extra visual aid.
talking about
So the
Everybody-
first guys are 40 feet away from us for you guys to let
Yeah, every square is
Every-
5
Everybody open up paint and draw the line.
You could. You have the image. You could if you wanted to. But yeah.
No.
With the initiative all in order, Tremaris can kick it off.
Okay, I'm going all out. I'm gonna use
Fucking
an
do it.
extended twinned level 2 witch bolt.
Okay.
I'm going all out.
Yeah.
So scared.
I don't know. Who do you want to hit? There's 2 Goliaths.
I would
2
think you'd want to hit the
halflings,
dude
and
who
2
interrupted the funeral because you're just still like
He's-
livid.
Didn't he fuck
He's
off?
gone.
He fucked off a little bit.
Oh.
and
Yeah.
he's
Fucking
actually
prick.
while you guys
Do I-
were.
Do any of
Go
them
down
have
and
bows?
He's clearly not the fighter,
Oh,
so I
they
guess people
all
do the
use
fighting for him.
weapons.
You do
Yeah,
not
that was
spot
my
any
job.
bows, no.
Okay, then I'll hit the 2 halflings. Split them.
Oh, what a
Alright.
dick! I love it.
Fair enough. Roll your attack.
I really need to hit this. I'm putting everything into this.
Oh
Do
yeah.
it.
Uh-oh.
Nat 20.
Scared.
Come on.
Okay, I'm gonna use my daily thing to add 2d4
Durability?
to that.
Wait, is that a daily thing?
Yeah.
It's a per short rest actually. It's not
Okay,
daily.
I'll say you've had a short rest since the last time you used it. So yeah, okay. Because you haven't had a long rest yet since the last time you used it. That's why. I
Yeah,
was
so
like,
we're chilling at the end for a bit. So.
yeah, so I will consider that a little short rest. No way.
No.
No way.
I rolled 2 1s on my 2d4. So total is 15 to hit.
Hits.
Oh,
Yes.
thanks the Lord.
Thank God.
Whew.
And Rios.
2 wins again.
Hanzo, get new dice.
Dice, man.
It's not the
Has
dice.
it-
Hanzo is our Will Wheaton, guys.
So one of them takes 2 damage, the other one takes.
1.
Oh, that's a bit better. 15.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Hanzo, legit. You need to,
So
like,
as you
stop.
are you're enraged by the fact that the burial got interrupted and just these guys suddenly show up and try to, you just lost a friend and now people show up and potentially try to take another friend away from you. You just load up and just blast a witch bolt at the 2 halflings, and both of them are impacted. One of them manages to kind of like keep his like position, but the other guy, you hear a loud ah as you just unload that witch bolt on him and keep it focused on both of them. Yeah, that definitely.
I rolled
Alright.
9 dice so far, and 6 of them have been, no, 5 of them have been ones. Not ones.
With that, Narang now has their turn, unless
All right.
you want to do something else besides the witch bolt, Chimaris, but I don't think so.
I can cast. I still have a bonus action, so
Right.
I could shield of faith someone who would be a good target.
I have no AC.
The cool
Wait, is Witch Bolt not a channel thing or?
Oh yeah, it's a channel. Yeah, you're right. It's concentration. So
I was just looking it up, is it
that's also
concentration?
concentration? Yeah.
Would you be
Yeah.
able to do something that was just verbal while doing it?
So
But I
So
don't know.
concentration, as long as it's not another concentration spell, you can cast
Yeah,
it.
but shield of faith is, and that's my only
Oh,
bonus.
Yeah.
right.
And you'd only be able to
Faith.
cast a cantrip as well. Just
Oh,
give you
wow.
2 spells.
So yeah, I can't do
Yeah,
that.
but even if it
So-
was, yeah, they're both concentration, that would work. If
Yep,
you
so
were to-
only witch bolt. That's all I can do.
Yep.
But every turn now, I just get to deal 4d12 damage, just
Hey.
you go.
with no roll.
I'm complaining.
All right,
Just
Narang.
don't roll ones.
Yep.
First I'm gonna say, you would dare interrupt a burial, y'all better be ready because there's gonna be hell to pay. And I'm gonna
You guys are weird.
Excellent
stop. It goes to the
prediction.
accent. It's gonna happen. All
That's
right.
no, I'm not talking about the accent.
And I'm gonna pop off my pepper box at the top Goliath.
You have a pet
Okay.
rock?
Yeah, Pet Rock, dude.
Yeah, dude, for sure. That's a 21 to hit.
Whew, yeah, that hits.
All right, where's that?
Oh my god.
So you rolled a 16.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
Aktanis. We'll kill these fuckers.
And that is 11 damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
then there's still Lord Isaac.
Yeah, you just unload a shot. You hear a loud as Narang unloads his gun, and you see the Goliath. You kind of hit him. It is like the bullet kind of grazes his side, and you hear a guttural.
And he's gonna
you
get knocked
see-
back 10 feet, by the way.
Oh, it was that ability. Okay.
Okay.
And
Yep.
wait, doesn't that involve saving throw? Hang on.
No.
No. Okay.
You
cool.
hit
Just-
when you hit with the firearm, push them back 10 feet.
Okay, fair enough.
He needs it once per turn.
So yeah, the bullet grazes his skin, and he kind of gets blown back 10 feet, apparently. You hear a loud guttural, and he just looks up, and you can see his eyes start to run red with blood, and you get the idea of what's going to happen as soon as he has his turn. 11 damage.
Yes.
All right. Is that your turn? Was that your turn?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sure? Okay. Alright, so one of the halflings is now going to do their thing. Just quickly check distance, just in case.
Are the halflings on the image the ones at the back?
Yeah, the further back ones.
Okay, cool.
So yeah. The halfling that has his turn is going to move up his distance, so he'll be like he'll be close to the bridge now. pretty much, like the square to the left of the bridge.
Yeah.
And he's going to just take 2 daggers and just throw both of them at Tremaris, because he's hurting him with a witch bolt.
Can you not?
You literally have a beam of energy fucking wailing on this guy. He's
You
going to
have
try
been
and
able to up his ass, and he's just like, ooh.
the first one is a fucking 9 to hit, so that doesn't hit, I think.
That almost hits. It's 1 away.
Oh my god.
The second one is
That one.
a natural 12, so that automatically hits because you have 10 AC. Forehead! Okay. So one of the daggers just flies over your head, and the second dagger manages to strike you in your, in just like in your arm, not really
Like
doing
right in the
something.
palm where I'm channeling the witch bolt. Now.
Yeah, literally
Yeah.
like
That might affect your concentration.
hitting you for 6 piercing damage. Does that require you to make a concentration save?
Yep. Of 10.
Which I'm gonna fail because it's me.
No,
You never
got it.
know.
I believe in you,
I
Hanzo.
believe.
Come on,
Easy,
Hanzo.
easy,
Woo!
Easy.
I'm also now basically on half health, even though I
No,
only
no,
took
no,
6
right.
damage.
Fuck.
Yeah, your health is scary.
Dice fell off the table.
Still
That
like in
landed
17.
cocked. This is going really well.
Uh-huh. You're
Assuming
cheating,
it's
Gonzo.
17 boys,
I can see the DMs already.
Oh my god,
I
no,
rolled
you
a
didn't.
2, actually.
Oh my.
What'd you
Oh.
roll?
Two.
Oh.
So your concentration breaks and the witch bolt is no more.
Which means I've wasted everything.
Um,
Just hit them with your stick.
and you
Forehead.
can hear a pretty big sigh of relief as your witch bolt dissipates.
Can we get
Okay,
some
that was
Fs
that
in the chat?
guy's turn. Lausanne, it's your turn.
What is my rolling?
I would like to Hunter's Mark
Ooh.
the Goliath furthest north.
Okay, that's the guy that Naran
That's
also
that hit. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think just happens, right?
Yeah, it just
Hold on.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
it
just
just
happens.
happens.
Right
It's
Okay.
marked now. Yeah.
I guess I'll just shoot him. He hasn't
Just shoot
acted
it.
yet, has he?
Point and click
He has
forehead.
not acted yet. No.
So I guess I will shoot him twice
Yeah.
Yeah.
with advantage.
Which
on
one
them.
is he shooting?
The Goliath.
Goliath.
That already
Okay.
got shot by a bullet.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And
okay? Can you stop?
14 on the other.
That's
14
not
doesn't
right.
hit.
Okay. So I need what? A D8 plus 6.
I mean, you're basically hitting twice.
So do I just double the D8?
You double the d8s and then add your bonus.
So 8 plus 3, 11, 17 damage.
Yeah.
Wait, what's your roll?
17 damage. I rolled a 4 on the D8 plus 3 from my damage bonus and then a 6 on a D6.
Very smart. Yeah.
Okay.
You need to double
Nice.
the d6 as well. It's all dice.
Yeah, you
roll.
roll. Yeah, you double the hunter's mark damage as well.
Well, then add another 6 to it's 23.
Any dice roll gets doubled, so even
Yeah,
also
dice
hunter's
roll,
mark.
double dice.
Low Zambi
Uh,
big dicking out here.
All right, boom.
Lausanne making us look bad.
You
Right?
ready your bow and shoot a first arrow, and it strikes him in his chest, and the arrow goes very deep, and you hear just a loud as he kind of steps back and breaks the arrow like in anger and chucks the broken end onto the side. And in that moment, you try to unleash a second shot, and your arrow manages to almost hit him, but he manages to duck out of the way, and you can see the arrow just fly past his head, barely missing him.
And I would like to run southward.
Okay.
Well, I guess I can run like 40 feet south a little bit, just to kind of get away from the Goliath that I just shot. So I'll do that as well.
Just as a little bit of advice, the gravestones actually do serve as half cover, where you.
In that case, using the map, can I take cover behind the gravestone that is in front of Kissaran? Is that
Yeah, you can.
too far, or is that?
You have 40 feet, right? So yeah, you'll make that.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that provides us half cover, which basically gives you
A little
plus
extra
two,
8.
plus 2 AC
AC.
and plus
Okay,
on your
cool.
deck saves where you have to roll them. Just keep that in
Guys, I
mind.
went and got an entirely new set of dice, so
Yay.
Good job, bro. I believe.
Hanzo, burn those fucking dice. You got to burn them. Get rid of them.
With
Destroy them.
Lausanne's turn done, Gypsy.
Okay,
Show us what
so-
that mouth do.
So there's a halfling by the bridge, yeah?
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
like
yes,
one
yes.
tile to the
I'm-
left of it.
Going to march directly up in his face.
Oh boy. I'm excited.
Smite
As
him.
my bonus action, I'm going to cast
Smite that
Spiritual
bitch.
Weapon.
Oh yes. Oh yes. This felt so good.
I'm going to have my Spiritual Weapon appear to the diagonal right of me,
What
so
does it
that
look
it's
like?
on
What
his
does the
left
weapon look
side.
like?
My Spiritual
make it look
Weapon,
like
for
one.
now,
Mhm.
is going to be just a large flail
Okay.
that glows with radiant energy.
Okay.
Oh, not a lollipop.
No, not a lollipop.
Damn it.
It's a giant wang.
So I
Yeah.
can't attack with my Spiritual Weapon on this turn, but it's there to his left.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to swing at him with my flail.
Do it.
Easy. Natural 20.
First roll, by the way. Smile.
Oh, first one.
12. 12 to hit.
Unfortunately, doesn't hit. As you cast your spiritual weapon and it just appears, materializes next to this halfling, you whip out your flail and just go to hit him. But being pretty dexterous, he manages to dodge out of the way relatively easily. So unfortunately, that doesn't hit. So that's your turn?
Axe, bro.
Yep, that's my turn.
Alright.
Dutch.
Yes.
Random question: when did I last use my 2d4? Because you said we haven't had like a.
The last fight we had.
Did we?
You used
Well,
against the
when was
lizard
that?
guy, I think.
That
But
was...
because we
had a long rest.
we slept like ages. Like we slept like way before coming to this town. Like we hadn't slept since we got to this town.
Oh,
but we
yeah,
slept
no, you're right.
before.
Yeah, you're right.
But that's why I've just like been burning through all my spells because then you had it all back.
Yeah. No, you're
Yeah,
right.
we have everything back. Honestly, guys, like,
That's my
Well,
bad.
I don't anymore.
Yeah.
yeah.
We had a long
we did
rest
long-
in the desert.
we
Yeah,
had
you
like
did.
4 hours. So we had like.
Okay.
3
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a couple of days. Yeah. No, yeah, I blanked on that. Belle, Aktanis, Sorufus, whatever your name is. Stephanie. Bob.
Stephanie. Brecker. I can reach the halfling near the bridge, right?
Where are you?
Just 10, 20, 30.
Yeah, I'd say yeah, just about.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
about, kind of.
I'm gonna rage.
Oh god.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna reckless attack. The halfling. The
Excuse me.
bridge. With my great axe. That is.
And now Gypsy has advantage.
True.
Ah.
Anyone within melee of that person.
Yeah.
As long as you're in Belle's vicinity, the character, the person
Yeah.
that's in
Yeah.
melee with her, you have advantage against. with
I'm
melee.
assuming that doesn't count on my Spiritual Weapon, but
I
Oh?
don't know. What does it look on?
Is there anyone within 5?
I think it says
Oh,
no. I
anyone.
think the description says any creature. I
Okay.
don't
Yeah,
think
it's
my-
I
any-
didn't believe so, but
What,
I
any
don't think the weapon counts as a
hostile-
creature.
Yeah, any melee attack against a hostile creature within 5 feet of me.
Any melee attack, then it would count for the.
Then it would count, yeah.
Yeah.
If it doesn't specify creatures.
spicy.
Okay, I'm rolling now.
Mhm.
Ooh. That is 16.
16 hits. Yeah.
Yes!
Dutch.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm so scared.
You know the 2 damage. You know I did 2 damage to one and 15 to the other.
Yeah.
Remove one of them because I shouldn't have been able to use both meta magics, and I'll have had to use the long range one to be able to hit them. You
Oh.
can't use 2 meta magics on a spell, so feel free to just erase one of them.
13
okay.
damage. By the way.
13 damage.
Yeah.
Alright. You walk up and just wail at this guy at just pure aggression because of the fact that they work for this man that you despise.
PTSD!
You whack your great axe at this halfling. Yeah, and you absolutely fucking just cleave into his middle, and your axe goes pretty deep. And as you remove it, you can see that there's just a big gaping wound, and you can see like some of his rib cage and some of his just innards in the process of kind of like slipping down and almost sliding out.
Ooh.
And he just stands there, trying to hold everything inside, and he's looking very rough. He's looking
That's what
very
you
rough.
get!
Alright. Is that your turn? That's a lot of people with initiative, boys. Okay. One of the humans, the most
Human.
southern one, is going to move up towards. I mean, either Aktanis or
The most southern one?
2, 3, 4. Yeah.
The most southern one.
So he sidles up like, yeehaw! Into Lasso.
Attacks Narunk.
Yep.
Is he giving the wrong run for his money?
Yeah, he's going to be able to reach both Aktanis and Gypsy. So he's going to walk up, and he's seeing as you just wailed on his friend pretty severely. He's going to attack you, and he has advantage because you just reckless attacked.
I did. It was
So he has
worth it.
advantage on the attack roll. 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So he's going to take his sword, his great sword, sorry, and he hits you for 11 slashing
Oh
damage.
man. Okay, that's fine.
And no, that's it. That's it. So
I
11
half it
slashing
as well.
damage.
Okay.
You half it because of rage, correct? So that's
What?
6. 6 slashing damage.
Yay! That's much better.
Um,
I can deal with that.
So that's his turn. Now the other halfling is going to enter the fray, and he's going to walk up to. If my Discord would allow me to scroll up to the map. Yeah, he's going to just walk. He's just going to walk 30 feet, making him be like a little bit ahead of the Goliath barbarian, but he's not really close enough to do anything. He's just walking up a little bit, and that's going to be his turn. That's going to be his turn. All right. Now the other human is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Run up, burn an action surge, and run up to use the action surge to use. Action surge gives you another turn, or is it just
Action
an action?
surge just gives
Another
you a
action.
bonus action.
Then he's not going to do that. Actually, yeah, he is. He's going to run, use his bonus action to dash, make it to Rokul, and then use his action surge to attack. That's what's going to do. All right. Just had to make sure that was a thing I could do. What's Rokul's AC?
That she can dash as a bonus action?
No. He's just his extra action from action.
Oh,
surge.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Sorry.
Yeah. He's going to. He's able to make it there and do an attack. Because
He's a very cool, right? No, cool. I was like, wait.
all right, that hits Rokul for another.
2 billion damage.
That's not great. 5 slashing damage, so Rokul's fine. Rokul did roll high on his level ups for his HP, unlike the other sorcerer in the group.
Oof.
So that's his turn.
Feels
Nicole.
bad, man.
Oh
Nicole,
shit, me. Oh fuck.
Your turn. Dad.
Dead. So, you said fucking one just run up to Rakul, right?
Correct. There's one human fighter in Rokul's face.
I will bonus action rage. It's fucking bonus, and I will go up to that one.
Okay.
And I will hit him with my rhythm stick.
What?
With his rhythm stick.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my rhythm stick. Hit me.
Hit me slow. Hit me quick.
That's 19
Bop
to
it.
hit.
Bop it.
19 to
Jeez.
hit hits.
Yeah.
Bop it to start.
Twist it. Pull it.
Pull it.
Math. 13 damage.
All right. Not quite
And
happy
then
with
obviously he has disadvantage on anyone he attacks who's not me. And all that
Yes.
shit.
that. Yes. Because you're a bad man. Okay. Yeah. So you walk up to Rokul, who's right next to you, and just take your maul and just go for just an overhead swing, and you just push him down a little bit, hitting him like in between, just in between the shoulder and the neck, pretty much. You just kind of force him down. He manages to push it back up and kind of push the maul away, but you definitely heard some bones crack in the process.
Yeet.
Okay. Now the Goliath that got fucking wailed on by all of you
I'm dead last.
is
Yay.
you're actually not dead last.
Oh my
There's just
God.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of people on the field. Is going
12.
to rage as a bonus action, and is going to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, he's not gonna make it to any of you, huh? That sucks. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, so he's going to rage and just sprint towards you, and yeah, for 30 feet, and kind of just.
Which
stand
one was
there
that?
and- The one that you and Lausanne
Okay.
wailed on. The most northern.
Is he
one.
coming at me?
He's walking into your direction. Yeah, he's just walking in a straight line, just walking towards you, Rokul and Nakul, pretty much, like that.
Oh boy, then me.
And that's gonna be his turn. And now, Kasiran, you're up.
Yay.
Oh my god.
I'm going
Just
to take my crossbow and go for the halfling who's like barely holding his guts in by the bridge.
Yeah, he's that's it.
Uh,
The guy's like 2 foot
oh.
tall, and there's just two like massive
I'm
a
sad.
barbarian and a cleric just wailing on him.
Yeah, but I'm gonna miss because I only rolled a 6
Total?
total. I rolled a 2, so
Yeah, you almost shoot
Ouch.
Jonas in the back of the head. with
I
that
did almost, but I did it. I did it.
Yeah, you take aim with your crossbow, and it's been a while since you used it last, so
Yeah.
that's the downside of being able to use a lot of weapons.
Yeah, I'm like,
if
oh
you don't
fuck, it's
use
been a
one
while.
for a long time, you're gonna be adjusting to it again.
Okay.
And as you shoot, you just fire a bolt towards the general direction, but you do see it just into the palm. Unfortunately, not really hitting
Yeah.
anyone.
And then, since I haven't done my movement yet, I will move 30 feet, basically going like diagonally between those headstones, and then towards the bridge. I think I end up just on the right side of the bridge with my 30 feet of movement. Like,
Yeah, like.
So
almost
I'm like
second top of
behind
the bridge.
Aktanis and the cleric and the halfling. Like I
Yeah,
can't
you
get
are.
up there
Yeah,
yet,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm close.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So that's my turn.
Okay.
Hey there, friend.
Hey.
The other Goliath that has been untouched until this point is now going to run towards the group by the bridge, and he's going to just wail on Gypsy's character.
Does he pass my spiritual weapon?
Yeah, I guess that gives weapon an attack of opportunity. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it gets attack of opportunities,
Hang
right?
on. I don't
It
know.
should.
I'm pretty sure Spirit Weapon. I'm pretty sure it does, but I'm not 100%.
I'm just checking now because I've never used the spell before.
I'm no.
I'm like.
I think it would.
I think it does
But-
because it counts as its own like thing.
Thing.
I don't think it does because I feel like attack of opportunity is like a creature thing and not necessarily. I would say no
Okay.
because attack of opportunity requires you to have knowledge and know that there's a guy passing.
Well, yeah, like how sentient is the weapon? Because if it's just a weapon
Not
you
at all.
control, then
It's not. It's just
probably
one that
shouldn't
I
have it.
control.
So like.
So I don't think
I
it
would
does.
Say no, it can't. It
Okay.
doesn't have reactions, but you control it as action. But it doesn't have reactions because
Well,
it's not.
control as a bonus action.
So
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's not.
Yeah.
He doesn't have reactions with it.
Yep.
Damn.
So unfortunately, he doesn't get attack opportunity. So he just walks past it and just wails into you.
he can
I'm
try.
not gonna say your name yet because you haven't said it yourself.
So
Yeah,
someone
I'll follow
tweeted at Jeremy Crawford, who is the lead rules designer of Dungeons and Dragons, saying, does spiritual weapon threaten the square it's in for attacks of opportunity? And Jeremy Crawford replied, the spell's description would say if the spiritual weapon made an opportunity attacks, it intentionally doesn't.
Okay.
got him.
Okay, good to know.
Okay.
Doesn't need to be so sassy about it though, does he?
I mean,
No.
you got added on.
If you
fire.
read the
cast.
rules, motherfucker.
If you
Like,
read the rules.
No.
No, but this
I'm
Goliath
idiot.
walks up to you, Gypsy, and takes his great axe and goes for just an overhead swing. But you manage to duck out of the side, and he just chops into the ground. You dodge out of the way.
His roll
which
was that
is
bad.
going
You don't even need to ask. Okay.
No, literally a natural 2, so it's like, yeah, dude.
How do you know
I
my
all
AC is
about
not
those
2?
natural twos.
Yeah.
So that's that's that guy's turn. Rokul now has a turn, guys. He's also here.
Hey, he's alive?
Nat 1 on initiative, by the way.
Oh boy.
Wow.
But he's going to summon 4 magic missiles. He's going to cast 2nd level, so he gets an extra magic missile as opposed to the 3. And they auto hit, which is the fun thing about magic missile. And he's going
Note to self, learn magic missile.
Yeah, he's
Magic
going-
missile is
he's-
pretty damn
he's
good.
going to just unleash all 4 magic missiles against the Goliath that has been running into his general direction. So he's going to take 4d4 plus bonus damage. Do I even have 4d4s? Good question, Dutch.
Well, just roll 2 and then roll 2 again, or just roll 1 4 times. Easy.
Oh, wait, I swear I've lost a d4 because I had 4.
That
I'm pretty sure.
was unnecessary, Quiver.
Monka.
Yeah,
This is
Koiba.
simple maths. I can't believe you're this stupid.
Whoa, dude, I'm
Ouch.
cheating.
Toxic. That's my job.
Takes a total of
Today I'm here now.
Sick, I'm
Damage.
sitting under.
16
16.
damage,
Yikes.
which is enough for the Goliath to just have 4 gaping holes in his chest area, and the Goliath just collapses to the ground.
Boom.
Fuck yeah.
Completely and utterly shagged. So he's dead.
Hooray! Now we just have 5 more.
This takes us back to the top of the round. Tremaris.
Okay, so did you undo the twinnedness of Witch Bolt?
Yes.
Okay, that means I've got 2 sorcery points to spend, which means I can do twinned Firebolt instead.
Hey!
Way.
2 fireballs.
2
Let's
more things
hit.
to miss. Woo!
Yeah.
Burn them to a crisp. Oh.
It's saturation. The more you throw, you've got to hit something.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go. Are both halflings still alive?
He's good at burning things.
Yes, they both are.
Yeah, I wanna kill
One of them is
two
looking very
target
rough because he is
halflings.
holding his guts. In
One
his
of them
hands
does
like,
literally have organs
Okay,
spilling out of him.
I'll roll for him first then, so we know which one rolls for which.
Okay.
14.
Just hits.
And the other one I rolled 3. Not before modifiers. Okay, so the one I hit takes.
I mean,
4
don't
damage.
don't bother because he has 1 HP. So yeah, he's
Oh.
dead. So you lob a firebolt at this halfling, literally holding his innards in his arms, and a bright orange flash of light dissipates, and all that remains is just a very crispy-looking halfling corpse.
Stole Aktanis' kill.
Every battle, he
How
almost burns someone.
dare you?
No, he
That is-
confirmed the kill. Confirmed the kill.
They are
Is that
trying
one
to
hit point?
kidnap
Is that going to be
me.
your turn,
One-
Shamaris?
Hmm.
I'm backing him closer.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
am
The
also
dog from above.
going to
Mm-hmm.
cast. I'm just checking the range of the spell.
I thought you said deranged. I was
Yeah,
like,
you
what
just
kind of
checked the
spell is
range
that?
and stuff.
I'm checking
Same
deranged.
difference.
I
Distant
will
whispers.
cast Shield of Faith, and
Yes,
I will
yeah.
twin it so it can hit 2 targets.
Oh.
What?
That's my last sorcery point. I am
Okay.
out of sorcery points because I used 1 to double the range of Witch Bolt. I used 1 to twin Firebolt just then, and now I'm using my last one to twin Shield of Faith,
Yeah.
and I'll put it on Nicole.
That's so sick.
Okay.
And Nicole and who?
So, Nicole
Me.
and who?
Okay.
Nicole and yourself?
I'm low on health. I'm protecting
Okay,
myself.
so
No,
yeah,
I
you both get
agree.
a +2 bonus to your AC.
+2, yeah,
It's
quality.
gonna make all the difference.
Hey man,
Okay.
I've got 12. Let's go. I've now got 14. Let's go.
All right.
How?
So that's your turn, Naronk.
Because I got 0 decks.
All right.
Show us,
So
show us what that gun do.
is there anyone in melee with that big group in the south?
Yeah,
Like,
there's
they're melee?
the other Goliath is there in melee. The fighter is there. Yeah, there's 2 guys currently in melee there.
Who would be the most opportune to take opportunity attacks from?
What?
What does that mean?
So okay, never mind. I'll just attack. fire.
If you
We'll go
mean
with that.
knocking him 10 feet, you don't take
Yeah.
opportunity attacks if you're forcefully moved.
Oh,
Ah,
Interesting. I don't.
You can check
I think
this
it's only for a
campaign, I
spell, though.
promise you.
we've always done it that you do.
In this
'cause I
campaign,
don't
we
see-
have.
Yeah,
had
I don't see
opportunity
Okay,
why
to
that's
you
fine.
wouldn't have.
move.
Because I don't see
I
why
think-
you wouldn't have that ability.
I think
Yeah.
it means you don't give opportunity. Like, you know, like they're not
If-
going to opportunity attack you as you're knocking them back.
No. If he
No.
if Naronk shoots someone with that forceful push in his bullet,
Yeah.
and they therefore get pushed back 10 feet, I have always said yes. People that are in his melee get that attack of opportunity because I don't
Yeah,
see
yeah,
why
I was-
not. So,
Yeah, written
if you
has
push them-
worded it's
if
not,
you
but
Let's
push
see if
them
it
away-
hits.
If you push them
Hooray.
away, both Aktanis and Gypsy will have the ability to wail on.
Okay. Yeah, I'll hit the fighter
it.
then. That's a 20 to hit. Dirty 20.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. And then it's gonna knock him back, by the way, as well. 10 feet.
So do we get
For
up to-
8 damage.
Oh, is it knocking him into the water? Or no, not quite.
No, it's not gonna knock him into
Damn.
the water, but Aktanis
Is it gonna knock him closer to any of his friends? Just
What?
asking for a friend.
Yes. No,
Aktanis and
Aktanis
Doesn't
and
have friends.
Gypsy both have an attack opportunity on this guy.
Fuck.
19.
Hits.
Hey.
Oh wait, no, 21, but it still hits.
Okay,
What?
so
Maths.
the way the
7.
rules clarify
Yeah.
is a creature doesn't provoke an opportunity attack if it's moved without the use of its movement. So
Yeah,
if a spell
yeah.
pushes it, it
Interesting.
won't count. But if I used like suggestion and told them to
Mhm.
walk out,
Shut up.
Yeah, and I've made the.
But if
decision
Judge wants to
that-
As
homebrew
far
it.
as house
Yeah.
rules
Yeah,
go,
homebrew
we have
rule.
made it so that you do get attack of opportunity.
Exactly.
God
That's
damn
what
it,
I
stop
said.
playing.
Exactly. It's a little house rule that I.
But it's good to
Why
know
does
for
it-
possible future campaigns.
Do I get advantage? Because I got advantage from being
Yes,
near
you
Bell
do, because
on
it counts
attack.
as raging.
Yes, you do.
I
Gypsy's
got
like this.
13 damage.
15.
God
To
damn
hit?
it.
Yeah.
I just
Uh,
got 13 damage.
Oh,
Only
15
13
Sorry.
damage.
doesn't hit, unfortunately.
Oh.
15
On that-
doesn't hit.
On
Okay.
that guy, no.
But I
Yikes.
still hit.
13 damage though, so that's quick maths. Boom. Alright, so yeah, both of you guys try and hit this guy as your flail barely misses. But Aktanis manages to clip him with her great axe right before he gets pushed away.
Haha.
He's looking on the rougher side of things now. He's not having a good time.
On the road
Luzanne.
of life.
I'm thinking. Where is the greatest concentration of enemies? You know, like where are there maybe 2 or 3 of them close together? Let's say within 20 feet of each other.
Within 20 feet?
Yeah.
The Goliath and the fighter down south by the bridge are now 10 feet away from each other.
Just the 2 of them?
If you, yes, yeah, because
Okay.
the halfling up north is kind of like was close to the barbarian, but that barbarian is now pretty dead.
Yeah.
And that fighter up north is almost is in Rokul's face, so they're not near each other. So the only 2 people that
Okay.
are close to each other are that barbarian and that fighter. down south.
I guess I will cast Fairy Fire
Ooh.
Ooh.
on the 2 closest together, but was it Barbarian and Fighter?
Yes.
Okay, so they need to make a dex save with a DC of 12 or be cast in light.
Okay.
In violet lights.
In violet light. Okay, so the
So
fighter does not make a save, and the Goliath rolls on that 20. So the fighter doesn't make the save. The Goliath. does.
Okay, so attacks against the fighter and made with advantage, and he can't go invisible.
Nice.
Wait,
and
so
I will
the guy that
run
doesn't
back
like
and take a
sunlight.
bonus action hide.
Okay. Wait, so you cast Fairy Fire, and then what do you do?
Just
Look at my notes.
I'll take a bonus action to hide behind the gravestone.
Okay.
Little peekaboo action.
So yeah, so you cast Fairy Fire, and then you just like, ha!
Oh, do I need to make stealth roll?
Yeah.
Okay, 17.
Yeah. You think you're okay behind there.
Okay.
Typically,
You just-
trying to hide requires you to not be in the line of sight of anybody, but you are behind cover, so you can give it a shot. But it's not like guaranteed that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is your turn. Gypsy.
Okay.
That's all, folks.
So the Goliath's been pushed back,
The
but the fighter, where's the fighter in relation to me?
The fighter got pushed back. The Goliath is still in your.
Oh, sorry. The fighter got pushed back. The Goliath's in front of me. Okay.
Yes.
Then who's within 30 feet of me other than? Is it just Bell and Kasserin?
Yeah, I'm behind
Yes.
you though. I haven't gotten up
Siren's
there yet.
behind you, Bella's next to you, and the rest of the guys are still at the grave zones. And up north.
I am going to bonus action cast Sanctuary on Kasserin,
Ooh, fancy.
which means that until the spell ends, any creature who targets you
Mm-hmm.
with an attack or harmful spell must first make a Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
And on a failed save, they either choose a new target or lose the attack or spell.
It's dirty.
That's cool. I like
Doidy.
that.
So that's my
Before we move
bonus
on-
action.
Before we
And
go on,
then-
just real quick.
Yes,
Okay, so are the barbarian and the fighter within 10 feet of each other?
they are. Yes.
So, Fairy Fire specifically, because the fighter was affected, the
Yeah.
light cast has a 10-foot radius, which
Okay.
means that the Goliath would also be in that light.
Mm-hmm.
And it says attacks against affected creatures are made with advantage. So would that mean that with the Goliath technically being in the light that is cast, would you have
Yes.
advantage against the Goliath?
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right, well, then you have advantage against both of them.
Cool.
So I've
On
advantage
melee
from...
and range, right?
Just any attack against the affected creatures have advantage.
Just want to clarify.
Okay, so I'm gonna swing my flail at the Goliath in front of me.
As you do.
Beat his ass.
That is a 9, so I get to roll that again because advantage.
Correct.
That is a 17 to hit.
Hits. Yep.
Okay. On my d8.
Make up your mind.
That is 10 damage.
Okay. 10 damage. As you just whack this guy across the face with your flail, and you can see him like turn back his head towards you, and you can see just his red eyes, and like a grin appears on his face. Like, there's something about it that he gets enthralled by just the sense of combat, and getting hit doesn't really like he it's his kink. Yeah, he enjoys
I
it.
can certainly oblige that.
Please don't.
Belle, your turn.
Yay! Okay.
Yay.
Yay. Is there still someone in front of me?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
next to the gypsy, so you have the Goliath right in front of you, and you have the fighter 10 foot back.
Okay, I'm gonna reckless attack them. Again. With my
Gonna attack them recklessly.
recklessly. Ooh!
No.
21. Wait, 23 to hit.
Roll a 19?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Fuck yeah.
I get advantage with my reckless.
Yeah, reckless gives you advantage.
We
Yeah,
have
yeah.
double
Yes.
advantage now.
Double.
I mean, double advantage doesn't exist. But
Yeah.
No, but you know
Triple
what I mean.
advantage.
You wouldn't
Triple
have had to-
advantage.
You
You
might
actually
roll
wouldn't
4
have had
times.
to roll reckless for this. But yeah,
That'd be
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that hits.
Hey! Okay. Wow. Ooh, max damage.
This is the
That's-
most chaotic fight I've had to manage.
I was
by
gonna
the
say,
way.
there's
I'm
so-
rolling for
It's a
7.
lot.
I'm rolling for 7 people.
I
14.
was like,
14 damage?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because I only add 2 to my damage, right?
Gets half
Yeah.
though because he's
Yeah.
raging.
Well-
As well did the damage that the gypsy did to him. Both gets half because this
well, if
guy's
you
raging.
That's annoying.
It is, I
Alright.
know, man, but
That
Oh.
encourages me to do bad things to that man.
physical
Spiritual
damage
weapon
gets cut in
doesn't
half.
get halved.
Correct.
Man,
force
it's so
damage.
annoying having my advantage taken
I
as
know, right?
being a disadvantage to
Um,
me.
So that's gonna be your turn, Belle?
Yes. I have nothing else besides move, and I don't want to move.
Alright, the fighter that got pushed back is going to just... no, the fighter that is up north has his turn first, and he is still in hugging distance of both Rokul and
oh, hi, Mark.
Rokul and Nakul, because that's not annoying.
Friend.
He's
You
going
need your character.
to, as you kind of try to crush him with your maul, he's not going to take lightly to that, and going to roll a natural 14, so that's plus
Fuck,
5
that's
to hit.
hit.
That's 19 to hit.
Yeah, that does
Great
it.
sword.
Bring it, bitch.
It's a grass sword.
Ooh, that's a 6 and a 2, so that is 8 plus 3. That's 11 slashing damage,
That gets
which
half.
gets halved, so 5, 6, 5,
God damn it.
5.
5, yeah, because it's lower.
All right.
Easy.
So he takes his great sword and just goes for this like sideways swing and then manages to slash you across the chest, but you brush it off with relative,
He just wants a hug, Gypsy.
Yeah, man.
You're right.
So that's
He can try.
his turn.
He can make it if
The
he tries.
halfling up north is now going to finish the trek towards. Let's see. He moved up to there first, so he can make it to Rokul. So he's going to, and because Rokul is in melee with someone else, he's going to get sneak attack if he doesn't manage to hit.
Rip in peace for cool.
Natural 3 on the first one doesn't hit. Hey, oh way, 11 plus 5. Yeah, that hits. Okay, so one of the daggers hits. So that's lit. But rolls 2 6s on the sneak attack.
Shit.
So that's 13 piercing damage with the one dagger. And Rokul is starting to look a little rough, man. Rokul is starting to
Oh, dear.
ooh,
Good thing we're by a temple that provides healing.
pretty rough, as his first dagger just manages to catch nothing, and then as Rokul kind of sighs out of relief that it missed, the second dagger just jams him into his side and manages to draw a lot of blood. And you can see the Dragonborn now, just his eyes go a little wider, and you can see that his face just reads off a little bit of panic, because, yeah, he's looking pretty rough. Okay. So that guy's turn. The fighter down south at the bridge is now going to close the gap of 10 feet again to get to the duo that is attacking his Goliath friend. And he's going to attack Gypsy.
Hey.
Sure. Bring it on.
With 17 to hit? Sorry, 16 to hit?
Does not hit.
Motherfucker. You have your shield out? You have your shield out? You have your shield out? So yeah, it doesn't hit. As he comes with his great sword, he just tries to wail on you, and you put up your tower shield, and you just hear a loud doom as you catch it with your shield and manage to push it
Fucking
away.
tower shield, dude.
I mean, it was the shield that saved me, to be fair.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Is it gonna be his turn? He's going to. Yeah, that's gonna be his turn. All right,
Hooray!
Hooray.
which now makes it Nakul's turn.
Oh fuck! I get a turn. Let's go. Boys.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
Whoa!
I will. How far away is that halfling that just attacked Rokul from me? Like 10 foot?
I mean, you're next to him. The halfling and that fighter are both like in your face now.
Oh, they're both in like melee
Yeah,
range.
because you're right next to Rokul.
Okay, I didn't know how close it was. Okay, well
Yeah.
I'll turn to the halfling and I will.
He got sneak attack because the other guy was in his face.
Yes, you're right. I will reckless attack the halfling.
Woo!
Here comes the big boy. Daddy now makes numbers.
Natural 20, motherfuckers!
I fucking called it.
Hey!
A lot of
20
nat
and a
20s so
3.
far. Holy fuck.
Roll,
Cool
roll a 20 and a
review.
3. Right.
Cool
let's go.
review. What?
Let's go, boys. Right.
You're going for the
Big-
fighter, right? Or the
Huh?
halfling? The
The
fighter or
halfling. The
Okay,
halfling. The halfling. The halfling.
Alright.
Oh fuck me. Okay, so that's math. 18 damage.
Okay.
18. Rolled 6 on my damage.
Tough,
Average.
dude, tough.
Yeah,
But
7.
that is more than enough for the halfling to just get crushed by the maul. And as he tries to push it away from him, you can definitely hear just both of his shoulders just like kind of dent downwards and snap. And his physical form is a little fucked because you definitely kind of. He was already pretty short, but you made him a little shorter.
You made him a
he's-
quarterling.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But he's still kicking. He's just looking pretty hurt. And a little
It's
shorter
an
than he was.
it's an action to like pass something to someone, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an action. If you want
Uh,
it's like
yeah.
a potion type thing. You want to give Rokul a
As
potion?
in, as I just want to pass to him, not like feed it to him, just kind of like.
Nah, that would be an action. It's,
No, okay, so it'll be. Then I'll just like, I've got your back. Don't worry.
Alright. Okay. The Goliath down south is going to
The
is it going
Goliath
to be?
down south.
Stop.
That's what I call my penis.
Oh fuck it. This is the first and last time Gypsy was allowed back.
Yeah.
The
Rocks
Goliath
full
down
of the
south
Asimad eyes.
is going to attack Gypsy recklessly,
Okay,
because that means he has advantage.
sure.
16 plus 5 to 21 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah,
Oh, doesn't
yeet!
hit, bro.
No, dude, doesn't hit. Forehead. If only I could find my D12.
7 head.
Bring it. I'm a big boy. I can take it.
You're
I'm
a
a
big
big-
boy.
Big boy.
14 slashing damage as he takes his great axe and just whack you,
Fuck if that was-
in like just the top of the shoulder, and kind of cleaves into you, and you can feel just the edge of the axe just scrape over your shoulder a little, like over the bone.
Admirable.
God, fuck.
I mean, combat is my thing.
Fact. Yeah, but he definitely took a chunk of flesh as he pulled out the axe.
Yeah, I'm sort of in pain, but nodding, impressed.
Sort of in pain, but alright. So
dying, but it's fine.
Kasaran.
Yay! Finally. Okay,
Finally.
Where is Rokul still roughly around where he started on our map?
Yeah,
lost
he's
track.
still,
He's
still
Okay, in
by-
that case,
he's
I
literally still
can.
the same
I've
spot.
checked. I can make it to him. I'm going to, because he's still looking. No one's done. We haven't done
Yeah,
anything for
he's-
him since
he's
looking.
pretty
Okay,
hurt.
I'm gonna walk over.
When it gets to my turn.
It's fine. I'm still concerned. I will walk over to
I have
him.
healing.
Use an action to give him a healing potion.
Okay.
He's still conscious. I'm not gonna like forcibly like shove it down his
No, yeah, but
throat,
you
but I'll
hand him the
give it to
potion.
him, and then I'm gonna burn my action surge to attack, because there's a dude up in his face, right? He's in melee.
There's two
with him.
dudes.
Two dudes.
No.
Two dudes.
Well,
Which
of
one?
them's dead.
Well, there's a
There's
halfling and a fighter.
there's a pretty rough looking halfling, and there's a fighter.
Okay, then I'll just drop my crossbow so I can use my sword and go for the halfling who's looking rough. Alrighty.
Will Kasaran do something?
Oh, no, I won't. I rolled a natural one.
Oh
Ooh.
fuck, I'm there. Oh fuck me.
So you just chuck down.
At least
your-
I got the
your
healing potion to
crossbow,
him first.
take out your sword, and as you try to swing at this halfling, the sword kind of slips, and you manage to like catch it midair. but
It's all the
that
extra
does
fabric I've tied around the
remove-
handle.
That does remove the momentum you've had, and the attack has kind of been squandered. but
Yeah.
You didn't drop your sword, so there's that.
I'm just
Okay.
fumbling all my weapons today, man.
It's fine.
That guy's
They-
dead.
they
so
basically
Rokul has a
can't
turn
hit you.
again, and Rokul is going to bonus action chuck down the healing potion. It's 2d4 plus 2. That's gonna give him for 6 HP, so I guess that's better than nothing.
I
Um,
tried.
As an action, he's going to.
That is an action. Isn't that
Drinking
way?
a potion yourself is a bonus action. Forcing it into someone else is an action. So drinking it yourself is a bonus.
Gotcha.
So
Good
he
to
still
know.
has his action. He's
Saren made an attack before we go any further, so your
did.
sanctuary has faded.
Okay,
oh, there you
good to know.
go. He's just going to cast another magic missile. First level this time, so it's going to be just 3 darts. And he's going to not cast it at the people in front of him. He's going to chuck it at the fighter down by the bridge. Just 3 purplish bolts of energy, just in quick succession, leave the palms of his hands and impact the fighter down near Gypsy and Belle, doing a total of
Nothing.
3 plus 4 is 7 plus 3 is 10 plus that's yep, okay, that is, yeah, the fighter just similar to the sight we've seen before, 3 gaping holes where it's in his chest area, and the fighter just collapses onto the floor. That's
Woo.
real cool. It's 2 for 2.
Yikes.
Dragonborns, man.
Hacks.
So that remains on the battlefield 1 human, 1 halfling, and 1 Goliath.
Hey, we're halfway through.
Yeah, it's a tough, it's a battle, man. It's a
It's a
battle.
big ass battle.
So that's back to the top of the initiative, Tremaris.
How's Rakul looking now? Is he still looking a bit beat up?
A little bit. He's a little better, but he's still, he's still, he could be better.
Okay, so Tremaris is gonna like, he's looking angry and he gets ready, like raises his hand up with fire, sort of ready, and he like looks over, sees Rakul, sees that he's all sort of beat up, and like thinks about the words he just said at Ash's funeral, and will run over to him and cast healing Cure Light Wounds on him. I forgot the name of the spell.
That's okay.
I thought you were about to say Healing Ward, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
Damn, son.
That's not my
That's a
spell.
lit spell, but like, damn.
So yeah, it's how much is the heal for? It's 1d8 plus spellcast modifier, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So he heals for 9.
All right.
Yeah.
You see some of the wounds close up, and he's definitely looking a lot better. And he nodded at you and thanks you for that.
Yay!
Okay.
Yay.
Is that going to be your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Naran.
All right. We're about to have some
Fuck
fun.
him up.
I'm going to switch my pepper box to my bad news. Put that bad boy out,
You have a bad news.
and I'm
Uh-oh.
gonna pop off a shot.
He does.
Do
That is bad news for
And
the
because
enemy.
he has quick draw, he can actually stash away a
Do
weapon
that
and
without
pick
having
another
to worry
weapon
about
up out of his.
So I'm not moving.
Dirty,
It
dirty.
I'm so jealous of that ability, man.
and I'm gonna shoot the one by Rakul. The guy that's in melee with him. Right?
Which one? There's a fighter and a halfling.
There's 2.
They're both on him?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're on me, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're on Nicole and Rokul.
Oh, that's true.
Each other.
The halfling's
Wow.
fucked
I'll
up.
shoot the fighter.
Remind me, what's the minimum range again you have to be at with your bat news? Is that
Oh
50?
shit.
Because if it's 50 feet, you cannot use your bat news to hit that shot. It's just you're too close.
All right, I guess pepper box then. Fuck. Never mind. Just kidding.
Also, how many actions did you use switching weapons?
He doesn't.
I
you
don't.
can-
I
he
use
has a
half my
feat
movement.
Where it's a gunslinger thing. It's called quick draw. You can.
I
stash
It's not a
know.
feat, but yeah, it's
without
my
using an action for it.
It's because Arcane Artillery is the
It's
best book.
lit.
Yes.
18 to hit
Which one?
the fighter.
Hits.
That is 13 damage, and he's knocked back 10 feet.
Which gives Knuckle and Rokul an attack of opportunity, but Rokul literally has no melee weapon. So he's going to.
I mean-
Yeah.
I mean, he can make an unarmed strike.
Yeah, unarmed strike. That's what she was doing. It doesn't even hit anyway. Fuck it.
Uh,
Rokul not familiar with this idea of melee attacks. Just goes to throw a punch and completely. fucks it up.
25 to hit.
Nah, dude.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, that hits. That hits, bud.
Peculiar brag, but all right.
Unusual attempt to
12.
inflate your self-worth.
My
However,
discourse throws. I hope I
It
did
is
it.
socially
12.
acceptable for you to continue.
12 big boy damage.
Big boy damage.
Big
12
damage.
As
Yeah.
opposed to.
Little boy
Small
damage.
guy.
As opposed to small dick energy damage.
But not the biggest boy damage.
Yeah,
'cause
not
Yeah,
biggest
Damaris-
boy
you
damage.
hear another loud from the gun, pushing this dude back as the bullet impacts him just right in the stomach, and Nakul sees his chance and takes his maul and just whack him with like almost like a baseball type thing. Just kind of winds it up and just into the side as well. And this guy, as he's sent back 10 feet, is looking very rough and is starting to bleed from literally all orifices that he has.
All of them.
Love
All
it.
of them.
Even the
Alright.
ears, especially the ears.
I wasn't thinking about the ears.
Luzan, your turn, bud.
Aye. Okay, so many have died.
There's 3 left. Two,
Does the
three,
fighter
three.
remain standing?
The
does.
fighter is still standing. He just got sent back 10 feet and has been fucked up a little bit. Yeah, he's still standing.
So,
10 foot away
my
from-
hunter's mark is gone. I'm not sure if that Goliath is even still alive, but it is gone
It's
because
dead.
it's concentration
Mhm,
up to an hour anyway, which I cast another
Yeah,
spell,
that
which is
Goliath
concentration also.
marked is dead anyway. So yeah.
So I'm just gonna shoot the fighter, who's still lit, I suppose, in violet light.
No, that fighter's dead. The fighter up north.
Oh,
is-
he's dead. Okay, so
Yeah,
I don't have advantage. I'm just gonna shoot. I'm just gonna shoot a man.
Man.
Take his life. Wow.
Okay. Well, that's a.
Never mind.
It doesn't hit. It's a 10. It's not gonna
Doesn't hit, unfortunately. Yeah, so as you shoot your bow, it kind of bounces off the armor plating that this fighter is wearing. The fighter caught a lucky break, finally, not being hit because he just got utterly shanked. You do have a bonus action if you were so, you wanted to do anything or move or do whatever.
I'll just move a little further back and take another little hide. Well, not hide, but take a seat behind another gravestone just in case.
Okay.
Just don't fall into any of the open ones.
Gypsy.
What?
Your turn.
Right, I'm getting real pissed at this Goliath. So this is going to be my last turn before I start getting unorthodox. I am going to attack him with my flail,
An unorthodox priest.
which I have advantage to, correct? Because Belle's next to me.
Yes.
I think it's
Yeah.
Russian Orthodox, isn't it?
That's a 10. That's a 6, so I'm going to take the
Oh.
10, and I'm going to channel my divinity on a guided strike, which is plus 10 to hit. Let me just double
That's
check
actually
this.
lit.
Yeah.
Gotta
Plus
love
10
the war
bonus to the
cleric.
roll. Yeah, so that is a 20 to hit.
Hits.
So I'll roll my damage for that. That's a 4,
Nice.
half to 2. And then, as my bonus action, my spiritual weapon is also going to attack him. That
Liberal.
is an 18, I think.
Hits.
Oh no, it'd be 21, but yeah. So that's 1d8 plus 3. That is 9 more damage.
Which is not half because it's force damage, I believe.
It is, yes, force damage.
Yeah, it's force damage.
So that doesn't get halved. So yeah, that actually does the full potential damage that it do.
And yeah, I'm just gonna stand there and grin at him.
All right.
Yeah.
This is what
And for those that are next to Gypsy, so Belle, and you swear you hear just the clattering of swords and just like this aura of sound almost just emanates from this individual next to you, which is pretty intriguing. And it's also your
That's
turn
weird,
now, Belle. So
It's my
That's
go.
fucking
Yeah.
you should go.
yeah,
Ooh, yeah.
Beat his ass.
Get it.
beat him like a bongo.
I'm gonna attack the same guy.
Yeah, it's the only guy still left down there. So
And I'm gonna reckless, so I get advantage.
mm-hmm.
Ooh, natural 20.
Yes.
barbarians. Right?
That's like what 5 or 6 nat 20s today, like
Nice.
accumulated.
Yeah, but
No,
I-
And like 6 nat 1s between me and
Yeah, true,
Hanzo.
that's true. All right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've
There's
made
balance.
all the nat 20s. Like,
Balance in all things.
Yep.
You know the drill, Belle. Dice rolls get doubled.
Yep. That is 20 damage.
Jesus Christ.
But then
Gets halved. But you know.
But it's still a lot of damage.
Yeah. With
No,
that
that's
said,
a lot of
damage.
damage.
I want all of
You
them to know
meme
that I hate
bros.
Me and Gypsy, the same person, confirmed.
Didn't we say the exact same joke about Tremeris
So,
earlier as well?
this Goliath is starting to look very rough. Actually, all 3 of the guys that are still left are all looking
Okay.
pretty fucking
Don't worry,
shanked.
boys, I
And
got this.
Someone needs to
now
flex
that
it.
it's the halfling's turn, the halfling is actually going to look around, and he is still in melee, but he is going to use his bonus action to disengage.
Oh.
What a
And
bitch. What a bitch.
He's getting the fuck out of there.
Hey, he's liking
He's
it.
using
Is
his
disengage
full
an action?
movement. Either
rogues
one.
is a bonus.
For
For rogues
rogues
is a
is bonus
bonus.
action, actually, yeah. He's going to
Yeah.
disengage and just move his full movement westward.
That was the one near me, right? That I missed with my sword.
Yeah. Just moving the fuck out of there.
Okay.
As far westward as he can. So
he's moved 30 feet?
Yeah.
60.
Someone
No.
get him!
30 feet, but like he
We
disengaged.
have enough enough range damage, it'll be fine.
so yeah, that's
if
gonna
he
be
used
his
the
turn.
bonus action to disengage, he could use his action to dash and move twice his movement.
But then
Yeah,
but
very
don't
true.
doesn't
Yeah, so
don't
yeah,
I get an
60.
attack of opportunity if he does?
No,
No,
'cause he's
that's
disengaged.
because disengaged.
Is
Yeah.
disengage a bonus action or an action?
Yes,
For a
it's,
rogue,
it's
it's
a
a
bonus
Rogue is
action.
his bonus.
Oh, because he's a rogue. Oh.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
he's-
he's currently 60 feet. He's currently 60 feet
Yeah.
westward.
Okay.
Rogues are disgusting.
Like he's
No.
on the fighter.
Disgusting.
Um,
Is that in
Disgusting.
character?
the fighter is not.
No.
In, wait.
The
The fighter's
fighter
not
is
in
not
melee,
melee
right?
because I knocked him back.
Yeah, so he's also just gonna dash and get the fuck out of here. Follow his yeah.
Is-
He's gonna
is-
follow his rogue friend
Is
and
their
dash out of there.
employer? Does he have anything to say about this? Like,
He's gone.
He's gone.
Lord
his
Eindeck
employer.
left.
oh, I thought he was
He's
I thought he
down
was
there.
there, but just like hanging way back. Never mind.
No,
Yeah, as the combat has
we
been
would've-
progressing, he's been moving further and further. Like,
Lord Iron Dick.
Yeah,
I-
Iron
I-
Dick.
I- So
Exactly.
yeah, so both the rogue and the fighter 60 feet
Jesus.
towards the west.
Go west.
But cool. For sure. What do you do?
What? It me?
Yeah,
Okay.
you.
What it me?
Would you say they're in some sort of line about 60 feet? Would you-
Funnily enough, yes.
I will move up 30 feet. Hang on. Yeah. What are they? At most 30 feet away from me. If I
If you use your
moved
full,
up.
if you use your
yeah.
full movement,
If I move
one
30
will,
feet.
one will be 40 feet away, one will be 30 feet away.
Well, I'll hit the one that's 30 feet away then with lightning breath. So I'm
So yeah,
Fuck
you'll
yeah.
hit, you'll hit the halfway.
Don't roll
That's fine.
badly. I'll
Yeah.
murder.
Well, they have to make. They have to
Fuck
make.
him
They have
up.
to make a
Can we
dex
have
save.
that on a soundboard, please? Just Bell going, don't roll badly.
Dutch, make a dex save for the halfling.
For the halfling, oh, natural too. So even with being a rogue, he's gonna fuck it up.
That's
So,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Well, I mean, does it equal less than 12?
No, yeah. he doesn't have a plus. He doesn't have a plus 10 to.
That's
There's a
just-
plus 14, right?
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, dude.
That's 8. It's 8 damage.
Hey,
All right.
that's solid.
So as he's running away, he just gets struck in the back by this force, this line of lightning energy that just leaves this blue dragonborn's mouth.
What's
10
that
damage?
mouth do?
It's not
Yeah.
enough.
Lightning.
Apparently.
It's not enough to kill him, but you do hear him like, hey, a little bit as he just stands there in place.
Can I get that
I
again?
think that might be your most successful, like, lightning
No,
strike this campaign.
No,
I've-
you hit
no,
one
I've
for
done a
max
10.
damage.
I did I did a 10 that hit 2 people.
So that's Nicole's
Oh, okay.
turn. The Goliath down south by the bridge is too blinded by his rage to even notice his compatriots running away, so he's gonna go full force.
You
and
give no
just-
fucks.
He doesn't give a fuck, and he's going to. He lives for this shit, man. And he's going to
Relatable.
just wail on Aktanis with his great
Oh,
axe.
yay.
With advantage, because reckless.
Yikes.
14 plus 5, 19 to hit.
Yeah.
Yikes.
You sound so happy about that.
Yay.
Oh my god, I keep rolling 10s on my d12, dude. Lit. We out here.
Cheating.
We're gonna get Aktanis dead.
14 slashing damage.
Well, I can half that.
You do.
Yeah. So that's
But it's
fine.
still 7 damage.
Wait, only.
Thomas
oh,
don't
wait,
give
yeah.
no fucks.
Yeah, 14 divided by 2 is 7.
Mama ain't raised no.
I'm
bitch.
gonna hellish rebuke.
That will stop your rage. That will cancel out your rage. But yeah.
I know. I don't care.
She don't
just
give
wants
a
to fuck
fuck.
him up.
She wants to fucking kill him, dude. All right, let's go. Here we have it.
Okay. So that's.
Hell hath no fury like a woman's.
Wait, is this
See-
the right one?
Yes.
No, that's not the right die. Is it? No, it's not. I picked up the wrong one. It's
See,
fine.
Stop doing
The
that.
gypsy side of me is like,
Don't
fuck
get
yes, tieflings,
3, right?
hellish rebuke.
Yeah.
Yes, 3.
The character side of me is a bit sketch, but
I thought it's
Normal at this point.
Monka tiefling.
I think it's
Hellfire on my graveyard?
I
How
don't.
dare you! Consecrated ground!
Sorry, what are you doing
20
now?
damage.
Fuck.
20.
20?
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
And he doesn't get
Less.
to half it because it's fire. And
You're
not
supposed to-
slashing.
Did you just burn this bitch?
Um,
Fucking.
okay. Okay. Yeah. As he hits you, your eyes go back to their normal coloring,
Silver.
and you, as a reaction, just hellfire appears around this Goliath. To the point where no one sees the Goliath anymore. It's just one big ball of flame, and as it dissipates, nothing remains but just a pile of ash. As the entire Goliath
I'm
is just
proud of you.
You melted his loot.
fucking obliterated. There's nothing but a pile of ash left, as now all flames disappear again.
Someone say.
I can tell she learned from the best.
Did someone say a pile of ash?
Oh!
Too
All
soon.
around me are familiar
Familiar
faces.
Okay. It would now be Kasiran's turn.
Is there anyone? It's only the only ones left are the ones that legged it, right? Like.
The two guys running away. Where if
Okay.
from
Last
you,
ditch.
One of them is 60 feet away. One of them is 7 feet.
Okay.
7 feet away.
Last ditch effort again. Fuck it. Drop the sword and pick up the crossbow that I dropped last turn and try and shoot at whatever. They're both equidistant, so I guess one of them's a halfling, right? The rogue.
You did drop. You did drop your crossbow on the floor, which will.
Means you gotta pick it up and
Takes
then
an
you.
action.
Oh, well that's annoying.
Don't you have a bow?
You were the one that chose to drop it.
Well, because then it's an action to put it away, and
Yeah.
I could have done something last turn. Fuck, we're just gonna. I better
But the
pick all
fact that
this
it's
shit
on
up
the
afterward.
ground requires
Go
you
ahead and just
to-
drop the sword now and get the longbow, because I just have a fucking arsenal with me all the
You have an
time.
arsenal of weapons on your back.
I
What's
do.
Literally
going on?
I
Let's
do.
follow the
Right
trail of
behind her.
weapons on the floor.
Clink, clink,
We'll
clink.
go
She
for this
pulls the fucking
fucking.
trebuchet out.
Trebuchet is the superior siege weapon.
Fuck it,
Okay.
we're gonna try. I just want to do some damage in this fight. I just want to do
I
something.
understand.
You're good.
So,
Which
yeah,
one are you attacking?
It's a rogue and a fighter are the two that ran.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think the rogue is low.
Was the fighter wearing any armor?
Yeah.
We'll go for the, because there's like rogue probably. They're tricksy.
Some
They are
logic.
dexterous.
Warrior
They
attack.
can like get away. I'll go
Some
for the
logic. Warrior
rogue,
attack.
I guess, because
Safely assume.
natural 20 finally.
Yeah!
She did it, boys! She rolled good!
I did it.
Am I the only
One
one that
halfway.
hasn't rolled a natural?
Maybe. All right.
Yay.
I
Feels
need.
bad.
Wait, I actually need to get other dice out now to damage. Holy shit.
Oh god.
Actually,
I
let's
guess you
use
could
other
say
dice,
that this
guys.
is a
There's
dicey
that's-
situation for those guys.
Oh god.
I
Alright.
regret inviting you to
All
the
right.
campaign.
Can we
He's
bang
done.
him?
All right, here we go. All
Go
right.
on, Colby, you love the puns.
It's for 6 damage. Ooh.
I don't.
Check damage?
6 damage, yeah.
Double?
That's
Oh
fine.
no, 12 damage doubled. Sorry, there we go.
Whoa.
Wait,
that-
double
Dice
the
rolls,
dice.
dice rolls
and
double,
then
then you add your bonus.
10 damage double.
We'll get there, boys.
As this
We'll get there one day.
halfling previously also got struck by lightning, and is still kind of in the process of trying to run away, you take aim with your longbow that you've pulled out, and let an arrow fly, and it just hits him in the back of the head, and he just
Yes.
falls to the floor.
I got him, he dead?
Yeah, he did.
Dead.
Which only
Oh, you
remains the
know he
fighter,
did.
who is at this point closest to Nicole, but still 40 feet away from him.
Top of the round? Or...
Let's see. Rokul.
Oh, yeah.
Time for another magic missile there.
Woohoo,
Yeah, I'm
please,
just
yes.
checking.
That kill
Yo,
confirmed.
you're a sorcerer. How many spell slots do you have at level 3?
At level 3, you have 4 level 1s. And 2
How many level
twos.
2s? So he can still cast Magic Missile on level 2. Once.
Lit.
So,
Come on,
yeah,
you can't let
another
any of them
4
live.
magic missiles. Just kind of, he conjures them up and just, and they all just fly up and just kind of
Juggles.
hover around Rokul's head, and one for one they all just.
Swear to God, if he has to kill again, I'm gonna cry.
This
Do it.
this human.
Do it.
Auto hits because fuck having to roll attacks. Am I right?
Execute order magic
That's what
missile.
Hanzo needs.
So that's going to do
Yes.
7, 9, 11 damage.
11 damage.
11 damage, which is
Uh-huh.
not enough. Which is not enough to kill him. But as the
No.
missiles just impact this fighter one by one, You do hear just four very faint. Oh. But he does manage to keep the pace. And
It's just a Wilhelm scream 4 times.
I feel like we've transcended into cartoons at this point. We've had someone
Don't
electrocuted.
Jamaris.
You know what's coming, guys. You know what's coming.
Do it.
Firebolt.
Do it.
Firebolt!
Firebolt. Firebolt.
Never mind. I rolled a 3 again.
Oh.
Next. Who's next?
That's me.
At least my turns are
With his
quick.
gun.
You guys ready?
Bring your gun.
You guys ready for this?
Bad news can happen.
That bad news,
You,
boy.
you're good.
Ooh.
We're gonna whip
I
out
got
that
that
bad news,
bad
boy,
news.
and we're gonna
Just don't do show much damage. Holy
Oh
fuck.
shit.
If this
Yo, and that's
hits,
gonna
this dude's
hit.
so dead.
That's a 23 to hit.
Misses.
Fuck. Roll nat 18. Holy crap. Okay.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
Unload.
Y'all, dude.
2 d12s.
Fuck him up.
Don't
1
tell me.
damage.
That is 24 damage.
He dead as fuck.
Yeah, how do you
He's
want to do
still
this?
alive.
I want to shoot just like straight through his brain. You know, just right through his head. Clean.
All right.
That's the freaking
Yeah.
elite
You
sniper.
put away your pepper box. Whip out the old bad news. Take aim through your scope, and through your scope, all you see is just the back of this man's head. And as you pull the trigger, a very loud and like the kickback definitely sends you, flying, not flying, but your body has to
Stagger a little bit.
catch the hits of the fucking recoil as this bullet just darts across the battlefield and just impacts this guy in the back of the skull, and all you just see is his head just pop.
Yes.
And as his
Not
head
made
pops, his body kind of still sits 2 steps and then just starts to collapse as his head is just completely gone.
Let's go.
But yeah, that's
baby.
everybody dealt with.
I
No
immediately
survivors.
pick up my weapons on the ground, my crossbow and my sword.
And I
Put everything
scavenge my
away.
bullets.
You can, which is lit, by the way.
Yup.
And can I go get the one arrow in the halfling's head as well?
Yeah. sure.
Wipe it off a bit.
I
I'm
would
gonna
also-
I'm gonna go wash it in the pond. It's
Oh,
right
I-
there, and just like
I would like to pull my arrow from the Goliath.
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh.
I would
Um,
like to kick the ashes of the Goliath at my feet.
And then once I'm
Um,
done picking that stuff up, I'm gonna walk back to Aktanis and be like, "See, I told you, it'd be fine."
We
The-
killed his babysitters. We did not kill him.
But he'll think twice before fucking with us again.
Wrong.
Okay, so the dust
So
settles. What are you guys doing? Did you
The
say-
dragonborn in the party
Roku.
that's not
There's 2 of
Nicole.
them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Rakul.
Mhm.
Did he drink the health potion he was given?
Yes, you did.
Okay, is he still looking banged up?
No, because then after
'Cause
that,
Tramaris healed him up.
Tramaris also healed him, so he's fine.
Then
Heal
I
me, heal
will-
me.
I can heal you if you want.
You just
Yeah,
hear Aktanis
it's-
shout
it's-
around the battlefield, "Heal me! Heal me! Heal me!"
Fuck, I
to-
didn't realize I was playing with Genji.
I need a healing.
Are you seriously damaged, Aktanis?
Yeah, she got
I
she got banged up a couple
I
times.
got backed up pretty good.
Then I will take a couple of moments to cast Cure Wounds on myself first. Because fuck you guys.
Clerics. Oh, what a bunch of bastards.
So selfish, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was a 3, so 6
Didn't
total.
Tramaris get banged up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
just
I
got
don't get
fucked.
healed, I'll just heal myself. In
And
fact, I'll
then-
just heal myself. Fuck it.
Heal
I
yourself.
will
go heal
cast
yourself.
Cure Wounds
Oh.
again on
Now I roll at me.
Aktanis.
Hey,
Hey, it's when you need it the
You
most.
get healed for 7.
7. That's pretty great. That's what I'm.
Seven.
Ha ha ha. Where is that headset?
Excuse
I am
me.
thoroughly pissed.
Cleric.
There it is.
But what are we to do about this situation? Because we were attacked on what I would call sacred ground, which seems kind of a big thing.
Yeah, we're
Do we take
really
guards
sorry
to this, or do
about
we
that.
brush it under the table?
Well, considering the nature of your tiefling who wasn't a tiefling when you arrived, I would very much suggest that this is done subtly. With that in mind, I would firstly appreciate a level of openness, especially on such holy ground,
Mm,
rather than disguises and trickery. And secondly, please refrain from using hellfire and eternal damnation above the graves of those who have been interred here.
He was trying to abduct me.
Well, I can't ask him that now.
This man
I know that.
is
This
chasing
man.
our tiefling friend here. And, obviously we're going to protect her because he doesn't seem like a nice guy if he brought 6 people to try and capture her, obviously. So,
If it's any consolation, the disguises and trickery were in an effort to avoid
This exact
confrontation on holy
situation.
ground.
So as the dust settles and you guys have this conversation, some other clerics from inside the temple have kind of heard the ruckus and come
Run.
walking towards you, and they step up to you, and you just hear one of them shout, "Aberan, what is the meaning of this?"
These individuals seemed to have ill intent towards this party, and as such, I've done my duty in protecting these and the other innocents within the chapel.
For I believe it is, in most places, generally expected of temples that are as illustrious as yours to offer sanctuary to those that need it, and
Within
desperately
certain
need it.
bounds.
Should I remind you that this is not a battlefield? I understand that you have a history with fighting in wars that were not yours. Do try and avoid bloodshed on holy ground next time.
we do apologize. We would not openly try to fight in a place like this and, desecrate it.
Can I start walking around and using prestidigitation to clean up any blood that is around the
Just like
graveyard?
Presto's dictations.
I'd like to
Hey,
loot
presto,
bodies.
digitation.
Yeah,
Hey,
you can.
Presto.
So you see Tremaris just walk around and just cast a spell, and you see the blood kind of disappear, and it's getting rid of a little bit of the mess left behind.
I'd like to approach the head cleric
Mhm.
and
Punch him in the
quietly take
face.
him aside. No, I'm not going to punch him in the face. Take him aside.
I will.
Oh, God.
I believe that it would be in the best interests of the temple and for these individuals if some details of this were left out when the guards are involved.
Roll
From
persuasion
what
check.
I've been told, there are some rather unpleasant people searching for these individuals.
Roll persuasion check.
Fucker.
You got it.
Alright. 13. 15.
It's my experience that in a city this big, there's a lot of unpleasant people. But given that you're one of us, and he kind of looks around, I'll make sure that we brush away some of the details that we will tell the guards. Just remember.
Thank you.
And he pulls you to the side and kind of removes his hood from his head and reveals that you know, but it's this high elf, and he looks at you. Pull the shit again, and you're out. Find another temple to just
I understand.
your prayers at. Are we clear?
Yes.
And he turns around and goes to the rest of the clerics who kind of came outside to look at what the kerfuffle was about, and they go back inside the temple. And closely after that, you see one cleric just run away and goes towards the nearest squadron of guards that you still see.
Did you say that we saw some followers of my god earlier?
Yeah, there's a couple of them. There's
Okay.
Aros is definitely one of the biggest deities, like with the most worship across the realm. So yeah, every temple you'll be at, you'll definitely find a handful of followers.
Okay. Then I'll like walk up to the group and say, I am afraid I must depart for a few moments. There is something I must do.
Would you like to just meet
Wait,
us
are you
back
saying
at
that to
the
the group,
inn?
or are you saying that to...
Yeah.
I'm saying that to the group.
Okay. Fair enough.
I would suggest you keep a low profile. My brothers have assured me they will be careful with the details. However, please don't draw any attention to yourself.
I will try
Anything
not to
you
set
do
anything on fire.
is on me.
Oh, trust me, it is in the very vested interests of many in this party to keep a low profile, and thank you for your help. Sorry to cause so much trouble. We genuinely did just come here to pay our last respects to our friend.
But you know, when people are trying to drag you back into slavery, they don't tend to honor such rights.
Fair enough.
Kizarin, I will take
That
up your
didn't-
offer and I will...
Julia.
Whatever. Julia, I will take you up on your offer and I will meet back at the tavern later.
Okay.
And walk off and go find
As,
some priests.
as this is going on, Nicole is next to Ash's grave. He's down on one knee. And I'll just be saying in Draconic, Bahamut, please look after Ash. He needs it. And I'll just
I will.
be there for a
I'll walk over, stand over Nicole's shoulder, and eye the crystal that Rocco left there, and say, "I know it looks so pretty, doesn't it? I'm sure it's worth a lot of money."
I'll just I'll turn my back, but be shielding Lizanne.
Oh my god!
So I'll just turn my back and just gonna wait there and just be like,
I
don't take too long, morning.
want to loot the bodies.
Of course you do. Go ahead. Roll an
I
investigation.
mean,
On consecrated
course you
ground,
do.
how dare you?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do.
no, I mean they might have like I know where some shit. That
Or something that would be
is
useful.
for investigation. 16.
Okay, so you take your time to walk around the battlefield and kind of just rifle all the bodies, and you find
I have a rifle.
in total around 60 gold pieces, like in total from all like accumulated from all the corpses that you
Okay.
loot. 2 vials with a liquid that looks like healing potion, but you can never be too sure. But it looks like a healing potion to you. 2 of them.
Give him to me.
2
Potion.
vials with a bubbly green liquid,
Ooh.
and
Okay,
a
give this to him.
pouch with fill. And when you open that pouch, you just see that it's filled with a glistening powder that you do not really know the purpose of, but
Snort it.
Don't got any more pixie dust.
And then you disappear.
Can I? God, I'm gonna regret this. I want to take like I want to lick my thumb, stick it in the glitter real quick, and then take a taste.
okay. You feel a lot happening in your mouth.
So many comments.
You,
So many
fizzy,
comments.
a fizzy, fuzzy, just almost like your mouth kind of goes numb.
Huh.
You know when like you lose like the feeling in your arm and it gets all like prickly and like fizzy almost.
Yeah.
Kind of. That's kind of the
Yeah,
feeling
pins and
in your
needles.
mouth.
Okay, like your leg fell asleep and it just.
Yeah. But after a while it dissipates and it doesn't.
Does my
do
thumb
anything
feel
else.
like that as well by touching the powder, or when I inject?
Yeah, just your thumb. Nah, your thumb is actually fine. It's just the fact that you put it in your mouth kind of
Okay.
gives it that. Your thumb is fine. It's just in your mouth. It didn't really react well. But after a while, it disappears. The feeling disappears, and it doesn't really have any lasting effects.
I definitely snort it. Fuck.
I guess I'll walk up to Aberon. I hope I said that right.
You'll find out, I guess.
Aberon. I hope that is your name. I did hear the cleric say it.
Aberan,
Aberon.
but you
My
can
bad.
call me Bran.
Bran.
Interesting.
Can I call you Brian?
Fucking god.
That depends. Can I call you Tiefling?
Sure.
Brian, it is.
Brian the Tiefling.
Brian the Tiefling. What?
It's a new sitcom
Anyway.
coming.
I do appreciate your in that fight. I wasn't quite sure if you'd side with us or them, but I am glad that you did choose to help us out. I appreciate that.
I sensed no ill intent from you, although
That's a first.
I would suggest that you speak to your Furbolg and encourage him to develop a level of patience, especially when in a temple.
He's had a rough time. They recently did lose their friend Ash, who I personally did not know very well, but it seems to have traumatized Trabaris, and I think it'll be more of not necessarily just helping him get through it, but just getting over that loss as well.
He seems in need of guidance.
Maybe you could help give him some of that guidance, since you seem pretty knowledgeable about that.
I'm unsure of his religious motivations, and as for dealing with loss, is not necessarily something that I am well equipped to guide someone with.
You did recognize the robes that Tramaris is wearing as robes that they depict Aros, the god of wisdom.
Okay.
So yeah, you saw the robes and you immediately made the connection that
Okay,
he
so
worships Aros, the god of wisdom.
then he doesn't follow the same god as me, so I'm unsure as to how he would take my guidance. And I may suggest that I'm not the person to deliver it.
I think he'd be more open than you imagine. I don't really know very well either, so.
Well, at the very least,
Rokul walks up hearing this conversation and says, "It is my experience that any form of guidance is better than not having guidance at all."
at the very least, you owe me a reasonable explanation of why these people are here. And probably at least a couple of drinks.
A priest that enjoys a beverage. All right.
Well,
First of all, did we see? Did we see where this person? Because the big fat, big mustache. Where did he go?
Not quite sure.
We only saw him leave, right?
Just
You saw
That's
him
all we
leave,
saw.
yeah.
He'll be
You
around.
know in what direction he went, but yeah, he's gone.
I should have paid attention to my instincts and marked him before the fight began, but I missed an opportunity.
Always.
What?
Any of you any experience with tracking footsteps, maybe?
Oh, yes,
Or are we
but
going to just let them get away and have him to get the drop on us a second time?
we can do our best, or I suppose I could do my best tracking him, though.
I
These are
don't
not
think
exactly...
I don't think you really need to get to worry about him getting. Not after.
You cut out for a second there from me.
Yeah.
though, so-
I'm sorry. Well.
Ah, you need not to worry, and that's when we kind of lost you.
Yeah. I don't think you need to worry about him going after you, Rokul. It's not after you.
I'd rather be, sure. He has seen me. His men attacked me. I am now just as involved in this as you are.
Yes.
I think we should take this to a bit more of a private place, at least, or away from.
we told
Wandering ears.
Tramaris that we'd meet him back at the inn where we have rooms. Maybe we can go back there, explain the situation to our new friend here. Gestures towards the cleric. And make a plan of attack from there. A game plan going forward. Attack's probably the wrong word. Game plan.
I get the impression that, regardless of my opinion on the matter, I'm also now involved.
Then why don't you join
therefore-
us?
Well, I mean,
I mean, you did say we did owe you a drink. more than one.
If these people are, as you say, staying here as a target makes the temple a target. And I
I
can't
would
allow
like
that.
to do my
And
best
so I'll take
to.
you up to offer.
I would like to try and ascertain the direction in which this fat man fled.
Okay.
Where
Before we
did
do
you
that,
go, fat man?
let's take a quick 5-minute break tops to have
Yep.
people that
Yeah,
need to
because I
go
only
finish
have
up.
like another hour for
We'll
him to go.
yeah, so quick 5-minute break, and then we'll finish up the session after that.
Okay. I have to feed
hurry
the
up,
cat
be
anyway,
quick.
so that's perfect.
5 minute stops, and we'll be right back.
Here we go.
Yeah, yeet.
Okay, everybody, and we are back from our break.
My comment in chat.
Hello.
Hey.
One
Yeah,
one
but-
15s. What's your BBM pins? Where we at?
All right, let's just get straight into it because we have a little under an hour
jump
to,
into
to
it.
go.
Let's get
Yes.
right.
Lozan,
Go.
you are yeah, okay. Laura, Soko and Gypsy switched face cams.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. So,
Oh
yeah.
no! All right, let's fix that because
Uh,
the
wait,
joys
Lozan,
of
hold on.
See,
trying
it's
Gypsy
not
to-
switched.
Gypsy
It's
now.
not swapped for me or Soko.
It is.
Lozan,
It is. It is.
you are
it is swapped. It's
tracking.
hilarious.
You're trying to see if you can track some footprints. Is that what you were doing?
Yeah.
Aye.
All right.
So now, because
roll
the cams
a
are switched,
survival
you
check.
have to.
What does his elf?
Roll perception check to see if you see footprints.
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
Come on,
Intense.
baby. 11.
You see several tracks. As you know, that you're in a city, a lot of people walk to and from. You see 3 sets of prints that all seem semi-fresh, and they all go in the same direction.
But I am looking for a human on the heavier side.
Roll a survival check.
Slightly deeper set footprints,
Mhm.
but smaller than a
monocle.
Goliath.
Yeah,
And
roll-
yes,
roll
that
a survival
monocle
check.
obviously shows up in footprints.
Yeah, roll a survival check,
definitely.
man.
Clear
See
as
if
day.
you can
Survival.
differentiate.
A survival.
Yes.
It's a 6.
You see 3 sets of prints, and they all seem to go into the same direction, like down the alley towards more the southern side of the city.
Uh-huh.
You can't say with 100% certainty which set of prints belongs to this person, but you do know that one of these 3 belongs to that person. You just don't know which one, which set of prints.
Okay. Alright.
But for now, they all go into the same direction. So
Real cool. If you are truly curious of the whereabouts of our antagonists, it would appear that 3 that made it away from the scene headed this way, and I will gesture towards the south in the direction of the footprints.
what do we do? Are we going to go back to the inn, or are we going to see if we could find this person trying to?
Well,
I think we need to meet Tramaris back at the inn.
yeah, and I think also, but Aktanis probably should have the most say since this is a person from her past. What she thinks was best to do.
I think it's best if we leave the city altogether, but that's not an option apparently. So probably go to the inn.
You lack the taste for vengeance.
It is
that I
fair
would
enough.
suspect.
This is at the end of the day, Aktanis is most involved. If she decides it is better to maybe think of a better plan than just to rush blindly, for all we know, there is more people waiting for us
Yeah.
than just him.
Oh, there is.
I suggest we just go back to the inn then, in that case, and wait for.
Yeah. At the very least,
Wait
I
for
would
this
think.
all to blow over.
It's not going to blow up.
Oh my god.
But I would think
Um,
at least he's learned he'll need to send a much stronger force if he plans to get involved with our party again. So I'd think we have at least a cooling off period before he comes back and shows his face.
So as you kind of
always
just all
underestimates.
carry on to go to the inn. Tramaris, what are you up to, bud?
I want to go hunt down a priest that's wearing Aros gear. I
There's
want to go
several.
find a priest.
There's several.
Okay. Is there any that looks particularly sort of like more important or experienced or wise, like an older one or anything like that? One wearing
You
fancy
spot-
robes.
You spot a handful of people wearing pretty similar robes to yours, like colors are different, but that same symbol.
Mhm.
And there's 2 that have, I guess, slightly fancier robe than the rest. I guess, yeah.
Mhm. Okay, I want to walk up to one of those 2. Don't matter which, just one of them,
Mhm.
and say, "Excuse me, good sir, do you have a second?"
Yes. For a fellow follower of Aros, I will always make time. As he looks at you and your robe, and he notices that,
It is a pleasure to meet you. I have a small conundrum, and I was wondering if you would be able to assist me with it.
I shall do my best. What is the conundrum you speak of?
So I will pull out my little map piece, hand it over to him, and say, I was given this, and I believe that it is a sign from Aros. And I was wondering if you knew where this location might be or have any sort of information that could help me in my journey.
He looks at you, looks back at the piece of cloth that you've given him. Where did you find this?
I was given it by someone.
Follow me. As he turns around and guides you to a room inside the temple that is closed off from the rest.
I will
And
follow.
you follow, all right. He closes the door. And in the room, roll a perception check in the room.
Oh god, why do you make me roll for things?
Because that's the nature of the
That's
game.
the
baby.
game of Dungeons and Dragons.
Who would have
It's
thought?
game without rolling dice.
Roll dice till you kill Satan.
A 10.
10.
No
All right.
problem.
So the inside of this room, there's some paintings on the wall, a pretty sizable bookcase, and just a desk in the middle of the room. And he puts your piece of cloth on his desk, and he takes a book from the bookshelf and starts just rifling through it until he holds it open and picks out a similar looking piece of cloth and folds it open on the table and puts it next to the one that you gave him. And there's also what looks like a piece of a larger map on that piece of cloth. They don't directly connect, but you both look at it with the idea of this might be two pieces of the same map. To which he says, where did you find this? You can trust me.
I was not always a follower of Aros. I once had an encounter where I came across a white stag that was heavily wounded, and I did not have the capability to save the white stag. You may have heard, I don't know if you know my species, but furbolg have innate magical capabilities.
I'm
However,
not
it is
too
not
familiar with your kind, but
it is not of the healing variety. However, when I laid hands upon the creature, I heard a voice whisper to me, and I gained the ability to save that creature. And going forth from that day, I became a follower of Aros, and I believe it was him who spoke to me. I set off from my homeland and travelled, trying to find out what purpose he had for me. And it was on these travels, early on into my venture, that I was walking down a road when a man wearing robes similar to yours was walking down the other side of the path to me. As he approached me, he held out his hand and thrust that piece of cloth into my hands. I opened it up, looked at it, I saw it was a map. And when I turned round to see who had given it to me, there was no one there.
have you any idea what the man looked like? Did you see his face?
I did not. I was focused on my journey and my eyes ahead.
Have you heard of what I'm going to tell you is information only very high ranked clerics of the Church of Aros know. Have you heard of the Temple of Arian by chance?
I am not aware. No.
It's kind of legend. A temple built ages ago, back in the first era, before the first era. A temple got built in the region that is now the Burning Scar. And when the Sundering happened, you do know what the Sundering is, I assume.
Can I do a history roll?
You can.
Oh, come on, something good. Ooh, nat 19. Ooh.
Okay.
What's my modifier? +1, so 20. Dirty 20.
Okay, so the Sundering is the event that caused the creation of the Burning Scar. The Burning Scar is a province surrounded by all the other provinces in the realm of Kaldalar. A lot of just rubble and rock and just eternal flames. It's a shit show. And the Sundering is a rain of meteors, a fiery rock slide came falling down from the sky, just destroying, tearing a literal burning scar into the land of Kaldalar, into the world, crushing everything in its path. It's the historical event that made just the entire civilization decide that basically the way the turning of eras works in this land is whenever something so significant happens that it changes life for forever, is when they decide time for a new era. So that's the Sundering is the destruction of a piece of land, the creation of the Burning Scar, and that inevitably led to this decision of saying this is now the third era. That's the era which you are in. You currently are in the third era, the year 755. It is rumored that, or not rumored, the Sundering destroyed the Temple of Arion. But some legend has it that a very specific, a very specific group of people have the ability to restore the temple. And it is said that the collection of 6 map pieces will allow you to look at the entire map, and it will be your guide as to finding the exact whereabouts of this temple, because with it just being completely destroyed and the sands of time, as you will, have completely obscured the entire area, and no one lives that ever set foot in that temple anymore. So it is rumored, the legend has it, that once you are able to finish the map, it is a map that will guide you to the whereabouts of the ruins of this temple and the many artifacts, powerful artifacts that lie within.
I appreciate you sharing all of this information with me. I feel my path is a lot clearer now.
I think you should have this piece of cloth. If who I think is the actual person that gave you your piece of the map, I think this second piece of map would be better in your possession than in mine.
I appreciate your thought. I appreciate the information and wisdom that you have given me. And you are a true servant of ours.
He nods and he just folds up both pieces of cloth and hands both of them to you. So you
will take them from him and then sort of extend my hand like for a handshake.
And he takes your hand, shakes it, and make sure you only speak about this with people you deem trustworthy enough with this information. It is not supposed to be shared with just anyone.
I will take on board what you have said.
He nods and motions you to the door. That's all. I wish you all the best in your journey to come.
Thank you very much for everything, and I wish you a good life.
As I
will
do
leave.
for you. All right.
And I will head back to the tavern.
All right.
Love a bit of
So-
lore. Love a bit of lore.
Yeah, the rest of the party makes it to the tavern a little earlier than Tramaras does, but eventually Tramaras also makes his way back to the inn and joins the group again. What are you guys doing?
Hobby. Right, so Bran, there's this game we've got, right? It's called Wrestle Arm. It's a very good game. We play it when we're good drinks, and you know, it's like a test of strength, so it's good fun. Would you like to play it?
Oh, this should be interesting.
Hey, no.
Sure.
No.
Incoming nat 20.
I'm gonna turn to Lozen and be like, 5 gold, Nicole loses. And whisper it.
Good odds on the.
You know what? I'll bet you 10 gold that Nicole actually wins this one.
Done. You're on.
So we go, boys.
I
am
straight
gonna watch this because I'm avid.
Okay, so
Now
you
would
guys
be
are
a
going
good time
to
to think about it.
engage in the game of Wrestle Arm.
Yeah.
Wrestle arm.
Very
Alright.
popular game.
So
Wrestle.
Straight
Nicole
versus straight.
sits down and kind of motions to you to join him at the table. And
I would
he
like
extends-
I would
he
like to
extends
buy a
his
glass of
hand.
wine also.
There's bless you. There's servants walking
Sorry.
to and from, and actually, as the both of them now clasp hands across the table, a couple of people from a few tables over see this happen and kind of get up and join you guys in the watching of what's going to transpire.
Have I already arrived back yet, or am I like?
Yeah,
or
you
will
walk
let me
in.
know?
I was saying, I
As they're
was saying
setting
as
up for-
like as you walked in, it was like
Oh,
Yeah.
as I walked in.
As you
okay.
walk in, you see them setting up for a game of Wrestle Arm.
I'm gonna go
Okay,
get a
so-
drink.
So I'm like, oh, are we playing Wrestle Arms again? I see I turned up at the right time.
I will stack 10 gold
Just-
pieces on
just
the
rolling
full
it.
side of the
Wait,
table.
come on.
Same. Prep.
Don't fuck me, guys.
All right,
You doing this
both
now?
of you
Go.
roll a strength check.
Not bad. We get fucked because we were on 20, but 18.
14.
Wait.
Come on, baby!
So as Nicole and
Come on,
Amaran
Brian.
clasp each other's hands, Nicole puts some force down, and Amaran's arm goes down a little bit, not quite enough to make him hit the table. Roll another strength check.
Ooh.
Okay. Better.
Come on, Bran.
Come on.
19.
Come on, new guy.
16.
Oh.
16,
No.
and Amaran tries his best to fight, but with another just burst of strength, Nicole, ever so gently, makes Amaran's hand tap the table, and he wins.
No.
I will get out 10 gold and hand it to Lozan.
Have I seen these two betting?
I mean,
I've
think
literally put
Roseanne
10 gold on the
Yeah, we
table.
weren't trying to hide
Okay.
it. Like,
So yeah, you see them betting, yeah.
I look at Nicole. Best of 3. Loser buys drinks.
Ooh.
Done. And I'll grasp his hand straight away. Like
Okay. All
That's
right.
what we needed.
this is gonna be fucking.
You have a much
Tournament
better
arc.
strength modifier than me. I'm fully relying on dice.
It's a tournament arc, boys.
All right.
I'll put
Mate.
another 10 gold on
I
Same
beat
here,
Nicole
same
with
here,
a
another 10
minus
on the-
1, so don't bring out the
True,
strength
true.
modifier
You
argument.
fucking
Yeah.
did.
I'm just
all right.
relying on dice.
another 10 on the
Alright,
table.
alright. So the two of you clasp hands again across from each other. Roll strength check, both of you.
Oh!
Dun, dun,
Oh!
dun.
Oh!
No
7.
way. Oh, what is your roll, Aaron?
8!
Wow.
All right. As now familiar with the game of Wrestle Arm, as Damaris dubbed it,
Fuck, we both were so shit.
you are now a little more prepared for the sudden burst of strength coming from Nicole's side of the table. And you manage to actually force his hand down a little bit. Roll another strength check, both of you.
Oh, fuck me, guys. I think I've lost this one. 8.
8? No, 10.
Oh,
Oh!
well, it's best to
All right, so again, you push his hands down ever so slightly. Not quite there yet, but you're getting pretty close.
Ooh.
Roll another strength check.
Come on,
Coming
bring it
at
home.
20.
Bring it home, Everett.
Okay.
Let's
Yes,
go.
I'm not cool,
Okay,
alright.
finally. Getting a bit better, lads. Getting a bit better.
Go on, Brian.
That's a 17.
17.
Whoa!
Oh!
There you go, dude.
So the both of
Yeah.
you, I believe you, dude. The both of you, like, just arms locked
Oh,
in
come
place.
on!
Doesn't none of nothing moves a budge. You guys just both of you literally give your all,
Well, it's best of 3, so if he
and
wins
the
this game,
hands
I'll
are in
win.
the same position. Roll another strength check.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, that's a 9. So...
12.
Oh, fuck.
And with that, Adoran slams Nicole's hand on the table.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes.
Looks like we got a thrilling finale on our hands.
So I just take my 10 gold or right back.
I'll shake
Yeah,
off and I'll be
I'm-
like, let's go.
All right.
I'm gonna
And I'll
give
play-
Nicole a firm pat on the back and put 20 gold on the table.
I will take out from my pocket and I will put 50 gold on the table.
50
Oh.
gold on the table.
Who are you betting
Okay.
against, though? Like,
Are you betting against me?
I'm betting like for myself. I'm saying extra 50.
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying
I
like
believe-
50 gold if I win. Like this is going.
But to
like,
who?
I'll give Luzanne.
oh, you're just gonna give it back to
Oh.
Lausanne.
Yeah,
So,
this is 50 gold for.
but does that
to
mean
sit
if I
down,
put
I'm
in-
so confident.
so if I put in 20, do I also get your 50 if I win?
Yeah.
Fuck
if you
it,
bet
why
against
not?
me,
Let's do-
I'll-
yeah,
I'll
bet
actually
against
hear
you.
now behind you a pretty
How
high
much?
pitched, a higher pitched voice. Mind if I join that bet? And you look around and you turn around and you see this gnome, this
The Archmage.
older gnome, kind of.
Is
hops
it-
on a stool,
Is it a
hops
gnome
on a
that? Is
stool.
it one of the gnomes that I know from the
No,
city?
it's
Oh,
not.
oh, okay.
Just hops on a stool and kind of watches this, and also chucks a coin purse on
All
the
right.
table, matching the 50 gold.
Should have fucking blessed myself before.
I think the strange-looking feller is going to win, and he points at
That-
Aberan.
I said
Is
that
that
narrows
all-
it down. I'm a
the
fucking blue
trades?
dragon ball.
Okay, so does that mean then if? Okay, so but anyone who bets money on Aberan, if he wins, we're splitting that pot. Anyone who bets money on Nicole,
Yeah,
if Nicole
yeah,
wins,
yeah.
they split the pot.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So yeah. Got
All
it.
right, both of you,
Come on.
roll another strength check as you.
I would like to rage.
He's gonna rage. Ooh, that's
You
dirty.
little fuck.
Ooh.
That gives me
Okay.
advantage on
Bless.
strange decks.
You see,
Use bless.
Do I see him? Do I see him rage?
Oh yeah, I literally go
Yeah.
"Ah," as we like hold on.
go bloodshot and red, and you hear just a guttural as he just looks at you with a wicked grin, waiting for you to clasp his hand.
That's very cheeky. I'm gonna take the 6 seconds, bless myself, and say a
That's fine.
prayer.
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah,
it.
do it.
Man, let's go.
Do it.
Alright.
Ooh,
Oh my
that's
god,
intense.
guys, what is it? I rolled advantage. I rolled 2 18s, and 21, but I still have to take the number twice.
19.
Oh, 19 to
I rolled
21.
All right, so both really close rolls. So Nicole manages to push Aberan's hand down ever so slightly, and he's now on the winning end of his.
Before they-
game of wrestle arm. Roll another strength check.
Before they roll another strength check, can I, under the table, and I'll probably have to roll a sleight of hand check, use shape water, because it's a hand gesture spell, and just take a little bit of the water from my water skin and try and, like, send it behind Nicole so it kind of starts, like, dripping down his forehead, looking like sweat, but kind of getting in his eyes, trying to, like, make him, like, ugh, and, like,
Roll sleight
Do
of
I-
hand.
Ooh.
Roll
Do
sleight of hand.
dragons
No.
sweat?
Roll
Two
sleight of
dragons.
hand.
Dragon
So
sweat.
guys,
oh, nope, natural one.
Natural
Oh
one.
my god.
As you
Just
try
roll
to
it.
ever so
Natural.
gingerly try to take some water from your water skin and maneuver
Just
it
that.
over Nicole's head to kind of drip down. That's what you try to do.
Yeah.
In reality, You literally just splash a bunch of water just in his face,
The moment I see
making
this,
him let go of the arm and just kind of look at you like, "What the hell are you doing?"
I was gonna say, the moment I see this, I let go anyway.
Yeah, like, you utterly fucked. The game.
Yep.
So are we re-rolling that one? So guys, what are the odds if I rolled 2 dice again and got 2 4s? Like,
Is he still raging, by the way? How long does he get to rage for without
Technically,
being
Well, he's
it's
just
attacked?
splashed in the face,
well,
so I would say yeah.
technically it's 6 seconds, but if I'm in combat, and technically we're grappling, which is an in combat situation.
I would say he keeps the rage for the duration.
I'd say
of
he
armor.
keeps the rage
Yeah.
for the elite.
I know. I thought that was like, shit, I'm only gonna like 2 rounds of this.
Yeah, so,
I'll just look at the two of them and be like, oh, sorry, I'm a little tipsy. I just had a weird, that's a head spasm from it. I'm sorry.
But,
Let's start this again. We'll
Julia,
start this
I don't
again.
think
Do
you
I
heard
believe
that.
Kassarin?
roll an insight check.
Of course you don't.
Is it going to be contested deception verse?
Yeah,
Insight, yeah.
roll a deception check.
Oh, really? Nah, 7.
16.
She's full of shit, dude.
Yeah, everyone knows.
Everyone knows that wasn't an attempt.
Without
to...
directing it directly at Kassarin, I look at Nicole, and put my hand on the table and go, "A fair fight, then."
I'll sit at the table like with my hands on the table this time,
As
just
you
in
guys
case,
again
and just like.
clasp hands directly across from each other.
Am I still raging and is he still blessed?
Yes.
Yeah.
My bless lasts for a while. Rage, however, is sketch.
It's like
Yeah.
6 years. Rage is good.
Roll another strength check, both of you.
I mean-
I mean, it doesn't matter. I'll roll the same fucking number. It'll be 2 3. That's how advantage works for me. Oh my god, I almost did roll the same number. It's 11.
18.
Fuck me.
Ooh.
That's gonna be a
Aberrant
big push.
pushes down Nicole's hand with relative ease, like halfway down to where he needs to be. And Nicole just looks at it, and his eyes go wide with like, whoa, where is this strength coming from all of a sudden? Roll another strength check, both of you.
Am I still raging? Oh, I was saying it for the whole
I'll
thing.
give you. I'll give
Yeah,
you.
I'm still blessed, so just keep
Okay,
your rage till we're
I'll
done.
give you that. I'll give you that.
Okay, I'm gonna roll these 2 separately. Fucking well, I'm
I
not
feel like I'm in a movie.
I know, right?
Oh!
He's critted,
He's done.
hasn't he?
He's done. Bye, Nicole.
No!
Then that what?
Oh!
What'd you get?
I got a nat 1 and a 3.
So what's your total?
6.
6.
7. I rolled a 4 with 3 deaths.
And with that, given that the hand was already like halfway to where it should have gone, Aberrant ever so gently just pushes down
I mean,
and makes the back of Nicole's
I have to
hand
read.
tap
I love it.
the wood of the table.
So good.
Fair.
winning the game.
Nicely done. Strong warrior. I knew you were a strong warrior.
For that, I'm just gonna keep the 20. I'm not gonna take the rest of the winnings because I still feel like I was being kind of
And you
cheeky,
hear the
and let the
you
gnome
hear
just
the
have the
gnome
rest.
behind you. Ah, good. And just rubs his hand a little bit, like, and just is ready to share in the winnings.
He can have it all but my original 20 because I'm not. I
I'll,
wasn't.
I got 1. What's your drink of choice then?
Anything, to be honest.
I'll go to the bar and I'll go, I'll call which what's the strongest drink you do? I'm calling of a
To the bar.
to the waitress.
Oh,
and, yeah.
that'd be firewater. That's pretty,
We'll take a couple of shots of firewater, please, and a round of ale for these. Anyone who wants it.
I've been drinking
I would like to
from,
try and... Oh,
I've been
go on.
drinking from my bottle of firewater like this time.
Yeah, you still have that bottle.
I forgot about
Okay.
that. Holy shit.
I would like to try
I'm
and
assuming my
pickpocket the
blessing's
gnome of
next
his
now.
coin purse.
Wait, what did
Find
you do?
what?
He wants to pickpocket the gnome.
Do a sleight of hand check.
This is a terrible idea.
Please roll good.
Oh man, I've tried to pickpocket a gnome before and that didn't end well either. Hold on, I can't remember my modifier.
Except this time we're actually here.
What's your plus to
17?
strength, Nicole?
17. Okay.
Huh?
Did you say your plus to strength was +3?
It's +3, yeah.
As
Mine's
the
plus
gnome
1.
puts away his winnings and hops off the stool and turns around, you successfully, undetectedly, just zoop that coin purse out of his back pocket as he walks away from the table.
Does anyone else see
and
this?
as you look into the coin purse, there's a good 60 gold pieces in there.
Oh, very
Does
nice.
anyone else see this?
I mean,
We won't be
Perception check?
specifically looking out for it.
No,
so-
I'm not looking for it.
Not
But
really. Like
It
passive
beats my
perception.
passive perception, so
Not really.
I'll
No
never
one really
defeat.
notices unless you're
Okay.
looking out for it. So no.
Yeah.
Unless you've really spec'd into passive perception
Yeah.
and your passive perception is off the charts,
Yeah.
which is a thing you can
Exactly,
do.
so-
no, it's
But-
13. It's not
mine's
great.
Mine's
Yeah,
200.
so Lausanne successfully manages to pickpocket someone for a change.
Hey, I stole chocolate from that kid that one time.
Fact.
did.
Fact.
Yeah, with me
Stole
catching you.
chocolate from a child. I mean, it's better than stealing health potion from a child's father.
For anyone who plays D&D, please never spec into passive perception
Wow.
unless you want to make your DM's life a misery.
Yep.
That's
wait,
what's
so
fun.
All right. What do you mean? Because you always try to make my life miserable. Okay.
All right, let me just pull out that order
So
of the immortal.
drinks are being poured and
How much do I owe
given-
for the drinks?
Cheers.
You owe, let's see, for a round of firewater and a round of ale.
100,000 gold.
Best
Maybe-
ale ever.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many of you are there?
Minus the 4, carry the 2.
2 gold pieces would suffice.
2 gold, quality.
Really?
Wait, so is he buying all of us firewater?
Yeah, he's buying all of us
Yeah.
ale and just fire water
And
for them.
firewater.
Oh.
No, I think
No, I bought-
firewater for everyone as well, right?
No, I bought firewater for me and Bran. And then
Okay,
everyone
fair enough.
else.
So everyone gets ale and they
Yeah.
have the firewater each. Okay.
And I'll go up to cheers with Bran and say, to your well fought.
And I'll look
Drinking
to Brandon and be
firewater?
like, "Welcome to the group." That was probably your initiation.
Nicole?
Yeah, and I'll drink the firewater.
Roll a constitution saving throw.
I will also
Saving
take it.
throw.
I'm also
Roll a
drinking
constitution
firewater.
saving throw.
Will Bran
Bell, or
be
Aktanis,
good at
roll a
drinking
constitution saving
firewater?
Hey.
14.
normally-
14.
Constitution.
Saving throw.
Saving throw.
8.
Yeah. 8.
He never gets used to it.
22.
Fucking hell.
You know,
Bell,
you normally don't
as
have to roll
always.
saving throws for ale. Since my character's like never drunk alcohol in his entire life,
Yeah, we did this last time, so you also roll a
I
I
constitution.
remember
have
that, yeah.
I have a
Go
plus 4
for
to con
it.
save.
Belle just like takes the bottle of firewater she has and just chugs like a good like 2 or 3 swigs of it and puts the bottle on the table and just goes down with a lot of ease. Nicole takes a shot and just slams it down and hear a very loud never get bloody used to this stuff as Aberan takes the shot, puts the glass down on the table, and just a slight like but nothing near what Nicole is going through at the moment.
God, that holy
I'll have
constitution
it do
roll.
that. And,
I will laugh at Nicole.
I'll take my L and I'm gonna just walk outside.
Alright.
I'm just gonna hang around the outdoors.
Alright,
but
what did
nothing
you roll
too
for a
far.
constitution saving throw?
I rolled a 23. I think my guy's
Oh,
getting used to
okay, yeah,
alcohol.
you take your ale and it's like, yeah, it's pretty good
people-
actually. Like, if you look past like the
Shame he's getting used to throwing
bitter
fireballs,
taste.
though.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yikes.
And as you guys are having doing the party
Doing
and
the party.
having the drinks.
We all have fun time.
One of the barmaids actually walks up to Aktanis.
Oh man.
Not again.
Leave me
and
alone.
says, because you're tiefling form at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gave the hat back to Nicole. I was like,
Because clearly they just know
She
she's
knows
here.
I'm
So.
here.
A little before you arrived, someone came to deliver a chest and told me to give it to a tiefling, and you're the only tiefling I see here, so
where is it?
it's upstairs because I asked and they
I
said
run
you
upstairs
have a
before
room
No!
here.
Hold on,
Do we hear this?
Yeah. Do we all hear this?
Roll a perception check. Yeah.
No, because I don't trust
Are
this.
we all rolling perception?
Fuck.
I'm still
24.
running upstairs.
8.
Are we all rolling? Oh, I'm
16.
outside, so I'm not there.
You're outside.
Oh, I want to run after her and be like, it's a trap! Ugh.
Plus 3.
Nat 1, boy.
21.
Okay, so Lausanne, what'd you roll?
16.
Anyone that rolled 15 or higher hears this and sees Aktanis just.
All right, I chase after her.
Thank you.
What do
Same.
I hear with my Nat 1?
You hear
Just
a
hit me, just
bird
hit me.
outside chirp.
All you can hear is the clashing of swords.
Yeah.
So
I'm-
those that roll 15 or higher see Aktanis just dart upstairs.
Yeah, I'm following her.
I'm gonna go and open the chest.
Oh god.
Okay, you're gonna open the
Are
chest.
you done?
Is there
Can I
any
get
way
to
we
her
can
before
stop
she
her?
opens the chest? Okay.
Grand, dude.
Alright.
You're opening
Then I'm
the
gonna
chest.
stay around the corner
Oh,
of the
this is
door.
a
just
bad
in
Okay,
case.
they're at the door. looking in.
Okay, as you go to open the chest, a white sticky adhesive liquid appears on the top of the chest. Roll a saving athletics or acrobatics saving throw. Either or, whichever you're.
Can I?
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Can I
can
bless
deal
her?
with this.
Seeing
I would
this.
say that
Not
I would say that
really.
you're not quite in the room yet.
Okay.
Ah!
Oh boy.
So in your case,
It's gonna be a
it'll
one,
probably be
boys.
That's 20?
Natural
That's
20.
20?
21.
Oh, okay,
21.
that's all. It's
You
good.
manage to see this happen, and you manage to pull your hand off before you get stuck to it, and this chest shifts into just this giant teeth appear and a giant tongue out of the chest.
Like literally
And
everyone
it
could have
gets
called
up
it.
and it starts to just show these very long, lanky legs and just these very long, gnarled teeth, big tongue, sharp claws on each arm as they now sprout from the chest. And that's going to be where we end the episode or the session.
Ah!
You literally know it's from a guy who's trying to kidnap you, and you're just gonna go open it, you moron! Like, even Aktanis isn't that stupid. Come
no,
on.
I thought it could have been something. It was something I had to know.
You're gonna make me pull out my secret pocket thing next.
It's a yo-yo, guys. It's a yo-yo.
Yeah.
It's a yo-yo.
No, I
Wait,
thought
he
it was
gets
gonna.
yo-yo and I don't.
All right.
I thought it was
So
gonna be something.
I guess with this, we are going to say, sadly, this is kind of how the episode ends. Lausanne is not going to stick around. Duke is not going to stick around as a regular
Main.
anymore.
He got to kill some shit on his last day.
But you know,
Okay.
he had a good sesh, I think, right?
Sure, yeah.
So,
stole it,
I'm making a bit of
next-
money from stealing and rest alarms. I mean,
Next sesh, I'll take over the RP part of Lausanne and you know, kind of send him off on his merry way. But
Just don't
I
kill him.
I wanted to do it this episode, but things got a little, you know, things happened. and-
It was a big fight that took a long time because there was a lot
I
of
suppose
people.
you're not planning on revealing now how he
And
would depart,
some-
because not even I
No.
know.
Yeah,
And some
exactly, so
epic
I'm
voice
not
acting
revealing
from me. I'm joking.
anything.
Super.
And it looks like we're gonna have to have Gypsy back next time because he's about to whip out a flail.
God, that's a
and fight
shame,
him.
isn't it?
I know.
I'm about to whip out a what?